What's up, people? Where y'all at? Happy Friday. So, today we are going to be talking about Pan-Africans that absolutely can't stand FBA. I've seen a few videos of them calling FBA people for the delineation movement, calling them YT supremacists. However, for the delineation, it simply literally means like a separation. Like, okay, I'm acknowledging who I am. I'm acknowledging my lineage. I'm acknowledging that I'm a separate ethnic group from other groups of people. That's it. But everybody's up in arms about that. Yet, right now, in South Africa, South Africans are marching to kick out the Nigerians, to kick everybody out of their country. Yeah, I don't hear any of the Pan-Africans having smoke for the South Africans. Y'all get them likes up, double tap the screen. Y'all already know how we do. We got to get the 5K likes so then we can start bringing people on the panel. I don't know why I don't see no hearts up there. What's going on? I don't care if it's two of y'all up in here. Get them fingers working, okay? Move them fingers. Give me some spirit fingers, all right? So, hello, Shirty. I gotta stop using black. That's just messing y'all up. Hey, Molly. What should we use? I feel like what's wrong with saying black? Hey. Hello. Everyone has not done a genealogy to figure out whether or not they're Indian or indigenous. Negro. I think it's all black is compromised. But if you're saying black American, I think that you kind of get the gist of who you're talking about. So we should just call ourselves American? We should just call ourselves American? Is that what you... Damn. Chocolate chips falling all over the goddamn place. Are you saying we should just call ourselves American? Where did it go? I don't even see it. Oh, well. I'll sweep up there after I get off. Because I don't even see where the hell it went. But I heard something fall. Why not call yourself American? Ugh. Well, I do call myself American. However, we're not the only Americans here. And saying black American is also like an ethnic marker. Make sure y'all send them heart meats in. And we have a light gold pinned at the top. And keep getting them likes up. Cubans, Brazilians, etc. Don't put anything. So you don't know why we call ourselves black. You don't know why we need an identifier. Cubans, Brazilians, and all of them, they don't have the same story or the same history as us. Because white Americans don't see black Americans as just American. I don't care about white Americans. Nobody don't give a damn about them people. I call myself usually melanin rich American. But I started using the term black American because I see it more as like an ethnic marker now. But it don't have nothing to do with white Americans, honestly, in my opinion. The fact that white America has taken credit and laid claim to everything that we have. Our first tether, our first parasitic relationship was with pale-faced people. Thanks, Shirty. So, in order to make a distinction between who's who, that's why I feel like we had to... I mean, of course, they started calling us other things from when they got here. But a lot of the things that we've accomplished and we do, if we just say American, oh, it's just an American did this, and you're going to think it's a pale face. And I don't think that that's okay either. Why do we just have to group ourselves as American with them as well? and allow them to take credit for the things that we do, which is already happening on a global scale. Because when you see a lot of things, like, I think I was watching something in France and they were doing like swing dancing or something, and they were listening to like Tutti Frutti, y'all know Little Richard, and somebody was like, oh, that's American culture. And it was white people in the comments saying that's American culture, because you know the pale face people in Europe and the pale face people in America, pale face Americans over, they don't like pale face Americans in other countries. All of the things that they say about us, they think they're stupid, dumb, slow, overweight, obese. They don't like pale face Americans in other countries. So in the comments of that video, they were saying, oh, that's American culture. Y'all don't like us, but y'all look at y'all partaking in American culture. And people was like, no, that's Black American culture. And then, oh, we're all American. We're all American when it's convenient, when you want to lay claim to our shit. But no. Because those people was our first tether in class. Those people was our first parasites. Thank you, Manny. So that's why we don't just get up here and just say we just plain all American. Even though we can, and some of us do. And sometimes we might. We might just say, oh, I'm American. But I think people should be able to call themselves whatever the hell they want. If you could change your whole identity, then you could be a Black American, or FBA. Thank you, Hank. You could be a Black American. You could be an FBA. You could be a Solon. You could be indigenous if you are. You could be Indian if you actually are. If you've seen that in your lineage. Whatever it is, however you identify, you have that right. Grapes and cabbage, okay. Now I gotta go find it. Y'all know I always be up here eating, child, because y'all be having me up here for doing a whole shift. I'll be up here for hours, child. I think y'all don't realize that. Like, I'm a human person. I'm not AI. I'm a human person that has to use the bathroom. I want to get up and walk around. If I was working at a job that I had to clock in and I sat up there for 5 hours, how I'll be sitting up here with y'all, I would have had a lunch break, a 15-minute break. I would have got up to go walk around and stretch my legs. I'm not a dang on AI, okay? So yes, I need to nibble on something. Sometimes I be shifting because I have to get a streamer chair. That's what I do. I do need to invest in one of those. But I am a regular person like everybody else, okay? And it's not like I just come up here for 1 hour with y'all. We be up here forever. And then when I be trying to leave, y'all be like, oh, don't go. Where you going? Oh, my God. Come back. Y'all don't even let me go on about my goddamn business. So y'all gonna watch me eat. Y'all gonna sit down and wait, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom. How much is the chair? I didn't even look at a chair. I need to. Let me look on Amazon. I need to get a chair. I need to. Because I really need it. Like, this chair is not comfortable. Like, it's comfortable to just sit, make a little 5-minute, 10-minute video. But not for us to be sitting there for hours like that, child. No. No. They be on that tank. Please don't go. Yeah. They don't give a damn. The good ones is 150 to 300. Let me look. I don't even know what I'm looking for. So do I put in like a streaming chair? Maybe that's what a streaming chair. But it has to be pink, like pink and white. Streaming chair. Oh, wait. Okay, streaming chairs for women. Okay, now you're right, CJ. It just popped up. I see one for $139. This looks comfortable. It has like the head cushion, the cushion on the armrest, and then like a lower back cushion in the chair. The seat looks kind of padded too. This looks good. Let me show y'all. See it? I wouldn't get green though. But that looks good. They have it. Do they have it in pink? No, they only have beige. I don't like these colors. Oh, look at this pink one. They got a pink one for 99. This is cute. See this one? I think that's cute. I like that one. I just need comfort. Keep looking. You don't like those? Well, I just hearted it, so. Oh, wow. These are cute. Oh, my goodness. They got one with cat ears for 124. It has a footrest, and it reclines in a 360 swivel. This is so cute. Oh, my goodness. This is so cute. Look at this. That's very cute. I like this a lot. All right, we're going to heart that. I told you they come. Yeah, that's cute. And it comes with a footrest. I like that. The cat ears is so cute. Oh, this one got lumbar support and it kind of like. All right. Well, at least I've seen a couple that I had. I'm gonna add this to my wish list and then I'll post this somewhere and so y'all can see the I'll post this somewhere. I have a throne page where you all could like send things or donate things or whatever. I'll post it on my bulletin and then I'll post it on my TikTok. I really like this kitty one. This kitty one is so cute. All right. Anyways, let's get back to business. Okay, Obama apparently removed our race off our birth certificates to make it harder to do genealogy. Oh, I know for sure he passed a bill. I have it up here. It's called HR 4238 bill. He passed it May 22nd, 2026. And the bill was basically to remove the term Negro from federal law on like documents or like, you know, any type of write-ups or anything and replace it with the term African American. She like cat is. I think that's cute. Okay. All right. Good job, everybody. Clap it up for yourselves. You finna be looking for professional, period. I have to get a chair, y'all. I got to, because, child, I cannot. I need a chair. Hello, Boulevard Bob. Can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes for you.
I'm African American.
Are you from Africa or
Yeah,
are you?
I'm from America, family from America since the 1700s.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you 3 minutes on a. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I don't know why people act confused when they hear African American like they don't know what it means, because really we should be confused when we hear FBA, because how long have you been calling yourself FBA? I can guarantee you ain't been calling yourself that for more than 5 years. You've been alive
I don't call
long.
myself FBA, and
No, I'm
I've
not talking
never.
about you. I'm talking
No,
about
we're talking right now, and I acted confused when you said African American because unfortunately, a lot of
yeah.
people have been co-opting what you used to be, what they kind of try to start calling us since 1988. So Africans will get up here and say, I'm African American. So that's where that comes into
I
play.
never heard them say that. Most of them would say what country or ethnic group that they originally come from,
Oh, well,
because
you
they're
haven't been on
proud
these
of.
channels
Like
a lot because
I've
these people
never
get up
heard
here.
a Jamaican
These
person say
people,
that they were
you
African
crazy as hell.
American or anything like that.
Maybe not a Jamaican, but
Never heard a Nigerian say that they were African American
A
either,
lot of
unless they were just
Africans.
confused
I
about the
can't
term.
talk at the same time as you. It's getting on my nerves. I don't have time for that. I never heard that. I never like, shut up. You keep talking over me. Let me speak. I don't know why you act confused. I'm telling you why, but you keep talking over me. It's so feminine. It's very feminine and it's tacky to talk over people. You have no decorum. I don't have time for that. You're already starting with the BS. 3 minutes to speak, no over talking, no cussing. I'm not gonna get up here and do that. I don't got time to go back and forth.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah. Go ahead, boo. You got 3 minutes.
Okay. With respect to my indigenous people, I want to address the prompt real quick. A particular aspect when it comes to the prompt. And of course, I consider myself foundational Black American, by the way. It says Pan-Africans called FBA the YT supremacists for delineation. Do you agree? I disagree with them. One of the reasons why I disagree with them is because I would bring, even though people say, Malcolm X's mother was from Grenada, the one thing I understood about Malcolm X is that when it came to the YT supremacists, Malcolm X did have, I don't know specifically what he agreed, but I know that he agreed when it came to the separation of Black people with the YT people. He agreed with that. There are certain things that he did agree with, and that was the one thing I know that he did agree with when it came to the YT people, because he said that just won't going to work. Now, the other problem that I have is when they call us YT supremacists, right? And again, with respect to my indigenous people, I want to address another aspect of FBA, the people who are the descendants of the people from Middle Passage and the transatlantic slave trade, right? I was on a panel earlier talking to the Africans, and I told them, Black Americans, we are not wrong, because they were upset because foundational Black Americans come online and they say, and a lot of foundational Black Americans say things that the Africans do not like. And I told them that you cannot be mad at Black Americans or foundational Black Americans because of our anger and because of our rage, because of the stuff that we've been through and the stuff that has been passed down generationally. If you want to start, and I know I only got 1 minute left. If you want to start, right? If we're talking about the Black Americans who are the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, it started with those slave castles. What happened in the slave castles, the trauma from there was awful. Then you have to add the transatlantic slave trade in Middle Passage. Then you have to add being stuck on the plantations, experiencing Jeffrey Epstein level of abuse and the things that they were doing, and all the women who were raped, right? And the fact of how, and this is what I asked the Africans this. I asked them, right? Given how long slavery was going on in the United States of America and how many slave castles are up and down the coast of Africa, which I know it's over 60, right? Why should Black Americans trust you? You guys have slave castles all up and down the coast of Africa, and somebody on that continent was working with the Europeans, and we don't know who. Some of y'all coming over here are probably like Carolyn Wanga, whose family was a part of the slave trade. So if we don't trust you guys because we have questions about what took so long and why are you guys here now, especially after 400 years of slavery, we are not wrong. I want to expand on that, but my 3 minutes are up. So
go ahead. I'll give you an extra minute. I mostly do that when the panel is full because everybody be talking all over each other, and I get overstimulated. But go ahead. I'll give you another 3. It's only 2 people. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was explaining to them, and I literally went down all the stuff that I knew about the slave castles, all the stuff that I knew about Middle Passage, even though I know, people said it was roughly only like 600,000 people off of Middle Passage, but still that trauma gets passed down. And even if you are indigenous and you are part of that bloodline of being enslaved, you still have that trauma in you. So I told them, first, you guys are going to have to answer for that 400 years of you all knowing, because somebody on that continent knew what was going on here in the United States of America. And for you guys to suspiciously come to us when we are victims of the abuses here in the United States generationally, and then to act like we are the problem because we're upset and call us YT supremacists for us not wanting to unify with people who we don't know who is who and who was working with the Europeans and putting people in those slave castles. We don't know who was putting who and who in the slave castles. I don't want to sit up here and be kumbaya with somebody like Caroline Wenger. For all I could know, that woman could try to put me back into slavery if she had the option to do it. I don't trust it. And and the other problem is you guys are not even unified on the continent. And there's still slavery on the continent to this day. I just saw a video of Ghana. They have child slaves. This white woman white woman was talking to this man who had child slaves that he had bought. So why would I trust it? Why would I trust you coming over here after 400 years of knowing that those slave castles were there and not addressing our concerns when it comes to that, and thinking that I'm going to unify with you? And y'all are 200 plus tribes in each country, sometimes even more. And you weren't talking all that unifying stuff back in your home country, and you want to come here and do it. You only want to come here and do it because you're a minority here. Not only are you a minority when you're black, but you're also an ethnic minority because you are African. And then on top of that, your ethnic group or your respective tribe. That's the only reason why you're talking all that stuff now, because you're a minority here. And it's very disrespectful to know all the stuff that our people have went through generationally and all the trauma that has been passed down. And I have not heard one African apologize. I have not heard one African acknowledge it. I have not heard one African say, yes, we knew this was going on, or I was a part of a tribe that did this and I'm sorry. I have not heard that not one time. And I land there.
Okay. And honestly, too, before I get to the next person, outside of coming to even rescue us from slavery, we went through 100 years of Jim Crow. Like, in this, at the time, like, you know, things have become more advanced. The camera was invented, you know, printing press was a thing. So I'm very confused as to if we were them, which I do not believe. I believe when I read that less than 4% were shipped to the United States of America, and we were already here in the northern eastern hemisphere. I absolutely 100% believe, not northern, southern eastern hemisphere. But why didn't they come during Jim Crow? They didn't come here until we finally tamed the pale-faced monster beast, and it was safe for them to come here. They didn't have no intentions on coming here to rescue us. They had intentions on coming here to reap the benefits of our hard work and toil. And that's just like, thank you, Judy. And that just makes it like, it puts a bad taste in your mouth, because now you're just looking like a user. You're not looking like an ally. If you were, then there should have been millions of Back to Africa initiatives, if that's where we all hail from. But the big secret is that majority of us were already goddamn here. And this is why they keep trying to displace us, so we won't really seek the type of restorative justice that we should actually be looking for, which is land. Okay, TT Herching, hello. For the sake of the panel, just whether or not quickly, do you have an immigrant background just for the panel? And then I'm going to go ahead.
I'm FBA.
Okay, let's go ahead.
So it says Pan-Africans call FBA white tea supremacists. Okay, so then why y'all worried about us? That's fine. We'll be that. It's mighty funny how now all of a sudden we're white tea supremacists because we're telling people no, and we're not allowing for people that we already know, that have told us numerous times, that disrespect us. Everybody handle their own BS. It's mighty funny how now we're white tea supremacists when we want to say that this is who we are. We're going to honor our ancestors. And you guys want us to dishonor our ancestors here and what they did up on this land, to focus up on a land that ain't none of us even been to. That's not about to happen. So if we white tea supremacists, you right. The 1965 Immigration Act should never happen. The civil rights movement should never happen. None of that should never had happened, and you wouldn't have to worry about it. So if we are all this, why do you guys keep putting us in your mouths? Why are you guys so focused up on us? We're not white tea supremacists when you want to cosplay us. And these Pan-Africans, y'all are traitors to your ancestors. You willing to sell your own people for a quick dollar. You know who you remind us of? These same ones that y'all working for. See, what it is y'all mad because the gift is up and that Pan-African money is drying up. And you're upset because unlike others, you know, one thing about us is unlike others, we're never asleep. We understand that the minute that we close our eyes and don't pay attention, that these people will try to take us up out of here. And a lot of these immigrants have been brought up over here to do just exactly that. And what we're saying is we ain't like y'all. We ain't none of that about to go on, not up in our homeland, not where our ancestors died and paved the way for everybody to get up over here. And then y'all want to bring y'all asses over here and act like you ain't even got to respect them. So if that's what you call a white tea supremacist, then yeah, we are. We're going to honor our ancestors. We're going to honor who we are. And we don't give a damn about who like it, who don't, or none of that other stuff. It was our blood. Where was y'all for the Alabama with the 4 little girls? Where was y'all for George Cheney Jr., where he was the youngest 14-year-old that had got executed? See, y'all quick to talk about how we need to have unity. Ain't nobody had no unity with us. Every fight up over here, we handled that. And we took on the heat for everybody else. And this is the thanks that we get. So how about this? If you're Pan-African, move up over there to Africa. Problem solved. Bye.
Period. Thank you. Hey, Love Eden. I know you don't have an immigrant background, so I'm just gonna say she ain't got one, y'all. All right.
Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Hey.
Hi.
I miss you, girl. I love y'all. Your lives because they're just so tea. Anyways, I always want to come with some information for our people because we got to keep advancing ourselves. Just the information about that burial ground that Ghanaian president was trying to cast his demons on. That was a Negro burial ground by the Lenape tribe. So I just kind of wanted to give it some little bit of hold on one second. We'll do it. All right. So if y'all see right here, it is the Lenape.
Wait, I'm gonna expand you right quick so we can see.
All right. So this is the Lenape tribe, the indigenous people. Okay, the region encompassing New York City and surrounding areas.
Oh, Long Island, right?
Yeah, in New York City, Manhattan too. Before 17th century European colonization, they lived in the seasonal agricultural communities. This is before European colonization, okay? So these are the burial grounds of the indigenous melanated people. All right? This is important. You see that NYC? Now, I'm gonna take you to where they now have named it the African burial ground. Do y'all see that?
So disrespectful.
So this is what I mean when I say they are the plan is for Africans to colonize the indigenous people. That has always been the play. All right, so I want to show you where it actually says it was the Negro burial ground. Hold on, I got it up here. 1 second. Is it right here? All right, so the reason why this is so important, okay, you see the date, right? I mean, you see the address. You see 290 Broadway.
Back it up just a little smidge. Okay, yes. National Ground 290 Broadway is the oldest. Okay,
you see it saying it's the oldest, right? All right, so let me take you here. The question is 290 Broadway and Duane Street, is that the address of part of the Negro burial ground? You see that? Yes. 290 Broadway, the Ted Wise Federal Building, is directly located on the site of the former African burial ground. Right there, Lower Manhattan. Now, y'all just saw how it said the Lenape was the Lower Manhattan, right? All right. So
wait, sorry, you gotta mute Maui. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the play. What they want to do is they want us to conjure our ancestors for them. This is why the separation needs to be separate. These are we're cursing our ancestors when we are not giving our power to our ancestors. Pan-Africanism is definitely the spell on our people. That's why you'll always hear me say you have to do your lineage because that's where you wake up your ancestors, okay? Pan-Africanism and the Africanization of indigenous people are what they're doing. Right here. This is the reparations plan. Y'all see that right there? NARC, the National African American Reparations Commission. This is a part of the African Union right here. Do you see that? Is the National African American Reparations Committee a part of the African Union reparations claim? Yes. You see that? The National African American Reparations Commission. So they have already scripted out everything that they want. Y'all see this is 10 of them. So they want an apology, repatriation, they want land, because you know they've been in these feeds talking about, oh, I don't want no land, we don't want that, we don't want no funds, we just want it to be recognized. No, you want the land, baby. And that means over here. Here's the funds. That's number 4. Funds for cooperative enterprises and socially responsible entrepreneurial development. You see that? Look at this right here. Sacred sites and monuments. So all of our sacred sites in America, they want to put African on it. This is what, do you see this? The criminal justice system, info and comms infrastructure, housing and wealth generation. They even want our daggone ancestry files.
What the?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So the reason why they want us African descent, that means we have no claims, we have no power in the as the 6th region of the African Union, and so they just get claims to our reparations. This is what it's about, and I wanted to show you on the screen so you can read it for yourself. All of this is a part of what that man was doing, casting spells on our people. So we have to start rebuking these people.
Yes.
Okay, this is serious. This is serious, y'all. We gotta stand on lineage. This is my family tree. Okay, we gotta stand on lineage. If you in 2026, you see that I got 515 people. I don't know if you see that. Okay,
Yes.
if you cannot stand on your lineage in 2026, you are a disgrace to Black Americans at this point. We have to stop all this vulnerable ideology that, oh, we don't know where we're from, we don't have nothing, and all this kumbaya. It is literally cursing our people, and we are running out of time because they are trying to Africanize us at every level with these people. So get in your lineage. We all have records. Get in them. And it tells you if your family was in World War I, there's registries, there's death certificates, birth certificates. Look, mine go back to the 1700s. You see, I got 13 generations. Each line is a generation of people. You see this? All right. So I just have to say this to y'all. We gotta do it. We stop playing games with these people. This is not a joke.
They want to know which website you use, boo, to do your
Oh, this is Ancestry. Get right on Ancestry, okay? I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's not a game with these people. They are over here trying to play in our face. That's why he did what he did. He disrespected the Lenape tribe and the burial grounds of our indigenous people, and they are on a national stage indoctrinating these 1st and 2nd generation people, and they're trying to steal our stuff. There is slavery still going on in Ghana right now. They have child labor laws going on in Ghana right now. 1.6 million people in Nigeria are practice modern day slavery. Okay, Eritrea, Mali, all these people. Okay, so just we got to get our business and our affairs in order, and we got to stick together, stay on code in our land.
Okay. Yes, I agree with every goddamn thing she said. And this is why with that guy that came up here saying I'm African American, I'm like, well, from where? Because, and then he act dumb, deaf, blind, and mute, like he does not know what's happening. Like literally in order for any spell, y'all know I'm always saying the same things. We're under spells and root works. In order for it to successfully happen, you have to be a willing participant. So if we are walking ourselves through that gate, saying, okay, yes, you're me. I don't know where I am. I suffer from the tree of forgetfulness. We are lost, orphan tribe of people. Then we're willingly giving our birthright and our heritage over to them. While they all coming over here in the millions, they want us to go over there and build up goddamn Africa. And what do we gain from that? Because they be leasing land out there. So at any given point, they could kick us out, unalive us. They don't have the same laws to protect us or anything that we acquire over there. And we just be asked out. Ciao. Okay, Flying My Eagle, hello. Just for the panel, real quick, whether or not you have an immigrant background, then I'm going to start you for 3 minutes.
No, I'm straight American, Cherokee, indigenous. Not from Africa, never called myself African American. I applaud what that sister just laid out.
Yes.
I think it hits home. And that land that they're asking for, you think that land is going to be from Africa?
Exactly.
That land is going to be in America.
Yep.
These people are about to move into America. That's why the Somalis marched 2 weeks ago on Selma, Alabama. It's all tied in together. That was their march. Then comes the reparation plan. These people are about to come to America and get our land in America. That's not land in Africa. They
Yep.
they have their land. So what I'm getting at, if you spot a scam, you're gonna see a change in a name, right?
Mhm.
Just like they changed the burial name to African, okay? They changed the transatlantic ocean name, which was originally called Ethiopian Ocean. Google it. That's what it was originally called. They changed it to transatlantic, okay? Which they brought this game on us to call us African. I'm free. I'm at peace because I don't participate in it. I'm not going to disrespect my American ancestors. They would beat my butt if I call myself African. So this is why I tell people, don't call yourself African because you're going to go right into that portal that they're bringing and you're going to be the one manipulated. I've got 2 calls in the last 2 days from African people. And you know what they're asking me?
What?
Can I have your credit card number?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're big scammers. And it's going down. And I'm sorry, a lot of our people are going to get caught up in the mix. They're on that side. They're in Africa. They're talking about this African stuff. And we from Africa. And don't make cornbread in Africa. We have nothing in common with them. They may be our cousins, but I'm sorry. It's going to be millions of our people caught up in it. Oh, they're so happy. Oh, we're going to get something. You ain't getting a dime. All that reparation, all that policy, all that forgiveness, all that financial, all that land is going to African people. You're going to get nothing. You're just going to be a spectator of their scam. Don't we see that? Isn't that clear? But it's only clear if you are indigenous. You don't believe in that lie that they brought us from Africa. They barely got here to America. Now they're going to start taking a longer trip to Africa and back and forth, back and forth. And ain't no slave ships in the museums. Come on. If you believe that stuff, you put yourself in a trance. You are hypnotized. And I can tell who you are. I can tell who calls himself African. Just by the way you act. Just by the way you act, I can tell you. You think you're African, don't you? Because you're not walking in peace on your land. I walk in peace. People can see that. Why are you walking in peace? Because this is my land. I see you not walking in peace. I bet you call yourself African. They be like, yep. Okay now, brother, sister.
Wow.
There you go. That's the problem right there. And I'll land my plane right there.
Okay. Can we have Maui? Hello. Maui, you there?
Yes, up, Mac. You know,
Okay.
yeah, Louisiana native.
Okay. Let me go ahead and set the timer for you. Go for it.
African. Calls FBA white supremacists for delineation. Do you agree? That I disagree on the part of us being white supremacy. It's not. It's how they feel. You know, they feel like us delineating is making it seem like it's bad to be African, when that's totally far from what it is. You know, they are. You know, they feel some type of way about being called African.
Yes.
Because I feel like they want us to have that misnomer, African American, because we have accomplished so much. We made it a trend to love your blackness, love your melanin, black boy joy, black girl magic, black star power, black love. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We made it cool to be black. So, you know, they were ashamed of being African. That's why some Africans would pretend to be Jamaican or pretend to be African American, because they're afraid. I mean, they're ashamed of Africa. But by us, you know, making it even cool to be African, when they had that dashiki Afro-American. See, people don't, when we say we was under spell, when we're letting them call us Afro-American. Now, when I look back on that, that's the funniest shit in the world. But we let that shit happen, and we can't let it happen no more. So I think that's the whole point of it. I feel like they are ashamed of being African, and by us being attached to them through the fake Jesse Jackson name, it made them feel proud of being African. And now that we don't want it attached to us, they feel like that we are putting African down, or that we are, or that we are putting it down the meaning, or what it is to be African, and it's not. We're just separating from it because we're not African. And I'm sorry that y'all can't be proud of Africa, but we're proud of the things that our ancestors fought for us, so we're able to live the way we do. Why don't they call themselves Africans for protesting against what?
No, why don't they call out South Africans for protesting against illegal Africans? Because they have a march going on that's been happening all throughout the month of March in South Africa, and they saying they want the Nigerians up out of South Africa, the Ghanaians. They want all of the Africans to go back to their countries, but nobody's talking about that.
They don't talk about the Jamaicans, of them claiming that the Jamaicans don't want to claim African heritage. It's always about the Black American when it comes to them. Not laying there.
Okay. Thank you guys for the gifts. Can we get this live stream up to, well, we almost at 20. So let's get this up to 30 likes, you guys. Absolutely share the live. Keep running it up in the chat, like y'all's comments. Everything helps to push me through the algorithm. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else want to hit the panel? You can go ahead and send a request, but we're going to go back up to Sage. Go ahead, Sage. I'm going to give you another 3 minutes. Go ahead, boo.
All right. And that's the other thing. I know some people don't believe in the middle passage, and I respect that. I do believe that there were people that had to go through middle passage. And this is the thing. I've stated this earlier. It doesn't make any sense on why they're so hyper focused on us, right? Mm-hmm. Because from what I understand, the majority of the people of the transatlantic slave trade didn't even end up in the United States. I think it's like less than 3% ended up in the United States. The majority of them ended up in Brazil. Yep. But I think Brazil has the largest Black population outside of Africa. But I don't. Why are they not bothering them? Why are they not bothering the Bahamians? Why are they not bothering the Haitians? Why are they not bothering the Jamaicans? Why us? And we know why it's us. Because of the trillions of dollars. Was it 3 trillion? Exactly. The 3 trillion and the money, moolah, that we have in our pockets as Black Americans. That's all it is. So, and it says, why don't they call out some Africans for protesting against illegal Africa? That's the other thing. These people have xenophobia on the continent. On the continent. In their own countries. I saw the South Africans kicking out the non-South Africans from their hospitals, saying our free healthcare is for South Africans only. I've seen them take down in different African countries, the Nigerians, shops and stores that they built up there. Shoot, I've even seen the Bahamians getting into it with the Haitians. Because the Bahamas said, yeah, we're not taking in any Haitians if this TPS status is taken away. So it's just like they have issues and problems in their own countries. They have issues, especially the stuff that I heard about the Haitians and what's going on in their countries is just, it's wild. But to point us out, be like, oh, you Black Americans are xenophobic. I'm pretty sure you do think that it's projection. It's projection. So that's all I had to say. I land.
Okay, boo. All right, let me. Okay, TT, I'm going to start your countdown. Go ahead.
So this is what I want to say. So we get called that we're a HATE group. We are CIA, FBI. Just to let y'all know, you can get sued for defamation for that. But my question is this: for 2 years, if we're all that for 2 years, why have we been the focus of everybody's mind? See, here's the thing. Here's the reason why you guys are mad. is because we've been able to do what you guys refuse to do. We've been the reason why you've had your freedom up over here. Nobody has had to pave the way for us. We paved the way for everybody up over here, including the inventions and everything else that we have. What you're upset and you're envious about is that we can be proud and stand on the legacy of our ancestors. We actually can document and know exactly who we are and where we come from. And a lot of you guys cannot do that. You have nothing for your people or your ancestors to be proud of. And you thought that you were going to be able to come and suck up our energy and take who we were and do a destiny swap with us, but it's not going to happen. And if I was you guys, I would be very, very careful, because what you don't realize, a lot of y'all come up over here up on this land and you disrespect our ancestors. How do y'all think that that's going to go for that? How do y'all think that they're going to go for that? You don't even respect your own homeland. Y'all be so quick to leave your homelands and want to try to tell us something. You can't tell us nothing because you ain't did nothing like us. Until you get up on our level, we can't take no advice from nobody that ain't willing to stick it out. Ain't nobody went through half of the stuff that we went through. If we were so strong, we even paved the way for y'all to be able to get up over here. So yeah, we gave you your freedom. How about that? We gave you your freedom. We gave you the opportunity to be able to come up over here to your homeland, and not from your homeland that you're so quick. Your ancestors' bones and everything is there because you have nothing to be proud of. The difference between us and y'all is globally, the world uses our inventions. Globally, the world knows who we are. When it comes to Black excellence, we are the culture. A lot of you are mad. You're mad, you're jealous, and you're envious. You guys so powerful, you got your own countries, right? Where you're the majority. Why do your countries still look the same? We've been the minority. Why do your homelands still look the same? Focus on that. Build that up. Take care of your people and stay about our business. Let us be us. You can't compete where you don't compare, sweeties. Sorry to tell you.
Okay. Creative Mind, you popping it real bad in the comments. Pick your nuts up and come on a panel and say what you got to say, or get out of my comments. Like, I don't nobody have time for that. Love Eden, are you still there?
I'm still here, boo.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so one of the lies that the Ghanaian president Muhammad said was that during the address at the United Nations, he said over 12 to 15 million Africans were forcibly transported during the transatlantic slave trade. So I just also wanted to play for you guys the professor from Harvard who's did the documentation for slave voyages, who said right here that it was less than 0.1 of that 15 million that came to North America. So this is him.
Demographic fact about the Americas is that the Black population of the U.S., which of course amounted at the time of the Civil War to something like 4 million people, those people did not come from Africa. They came as a result of natural population growth. Yeah. The slave trade to the U.S. was shut down largely in 1807, not completely, but largely. So if you look at the census data for the U.S. in 1870, which is when Black people were finally included, you'll find almost no Africans. They were, of course, native African Americans. And that's not something that people have taken on board.
Okay. Now, the reason why I played that is because, hold on. The reason why I played that is because, again, since he took Negro out of law, Obama, he has to refer to us as African American. Okay. But that's why he had to put the word native to it, because he can't call us anything else but that term right now, because everything else is illegal. That's why it's always law. You know, we have to understand how the law is used against us through reclassification. All right. Reclassification. If we don't remember anything else about this, reclassification and paper genocide has hurt our people and have given other people our identity.
Yes.
That's what has happened throughout the years, and I'll land at that. Oh, did you guys hear the ancestor of the Lenape tribe in her submission on social media about the disrespect to the ancestors and just kind of
No.
yeah, let me see if I have her. I don't hear. I think this might be her. Did you see her? Oh, let me put this on. Okay. Let me see. All right, this is her right here. Okay. Divine honors to the family. Before I even get started, I am still numb. I left the dentist, so excuse the left side of my face. But I just wanted to get on here and share my deep gratitude that I have for our loved ones, our family in the New York area, the tri-state area, who were up there in Lower Manhattan at the Negro burial grounds, which we know through reclassification, the Lenape ancestors, the Lenape tribe, which we know again was renamed an African burial ground. We're not going to get into all the reasons.
Oh, I thought my phone was ringing.
Why? Obviously, we know history, and we know that the indigenous melanated people here keep getting destiny swapped for spiritual gain and financial gain. Okay? This is a major part of the matrix. A major part of the matrix is the original man and woman akin to the soil. So I thank the family who went up there, who poured libations, who stood ground, just to let people know that we are no longer going to stand on the sidelines and watch our ancestors, not just our ancestors, the descendants, ourselves, sit and sabotage of what was left for us. Sit with our reclassified names, these narratives that do not belong to the melanated man and woman and child who are akin to this land. We know. And I just, not only to the family that was out there on foot, but to the family who lit their candles, who went to their altars, all my spiritualists who did the work this morning, I give all of us thanks, because we're no longer going to walk with the story that is keeping the entire vibration of the world low. To that disgusting Muhammad, we rebuke, not only him, before I even say this, we rebuke the energy of Muhammad, everyone that was with him, all the Ghanaians and whoever else that was with him, trying to reef our ancestors, doing spiritual work on a sacred ground.
Yeah, that was crazy.
How could, anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But, dark day, oh, them peasants that were out there, may the energy that they tried to place on our ancestors' land, may it turn right back around in their face and trip them up in every which way possible, 10,000-fold. It is because we say it is. It is done. May all those peasants be haunted with the painful truth of the true people of this land. It's tiring. We are living in an amazing time of truth telling, the age of Aquarius. Karma will come. All of those who were reefing and calling our ancestors out of their name, on their lands, trying to do some work. Everybody's bestie, Karma, is going to let you know what's game. The lords of Karma, our ancestors. You're going to know what's game. It'll come. All right, so I'll stop it right there. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm telling you, we got to stand up, okay? We got
to keep doing what we're doing and just keep going harder.
Yep.
I'm actually very proud of us because we stopped all of that shit. We really did. Even these conversations. But thanks, Boo. Let's get to the new person on the panel. Revolution Untelevised. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Peace, love, and light.
Okay, let me put your timer. Go ahead.
Okay.
Can you see it? You need me to read it for you?
I was just getting ready to answer the first one before that cheer came, but
oh, go ahead.
They say that before the delineation came, do I agree with delineation? Yes, I definitely agree with delineation. That's what's been needed for the longest, and we all got woke up enough for all of us to do it in mass together.
But it says Pan-Africans call FBA YT supremacists for the delineation. Do you agree that FBA is YT
Oh, I'm
supremacist for
sorry.
the delineation?
No, we're not supremacists because of delineation.
Okay, and the second part is why don't they call out South Africans for protesting against illegal Africans in their country?
The oldness of any dirty work they always try to leave to us. I think it's because of appearance. They don't want to come off as prejudiced, so they don't really worry about calling somebody else out, and that's what leads us to call everybody out.
Okay. Was that all?
Well, not necessarily, because I was just going to comment on the video that just went. I was really happy that a lot of us was able to make it out there. I was doing my best to spread the word about the Lenape tribe and everything else, and they tried to lay the wreaths on our ancestors. So for everybody that pushed that message when it was getting ready to happen, you know what I'm saying, and got as many people out there as possible, I deeply appreciate it.
Okay.
Hello?
It's not your go yet. Hello, Nisi. Can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna set your timer for 3 minutes. Nisi, are you there? Oh, you gotta unmute.
She's there. She's there. No, Nisi's there. She's a friend of mine. She's there.
She's muted though, Sage. You have to unmute, boo. Let me send you an invite to unmute.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, okay. Can we have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes.
Okay, so I am a Black American.
Okay.
And I'm 42.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so Pan-Africans call FBA YT supremacists for delineation. Do you agree? I do not agree at all. I think that's a very odd comparison to determine that we are YT supremacists when they are known for unaliving and harming and destroying our communities, when all we're talking about is how we identify. That's it.
Exactly.
That's literally it. How can you compare a YT supremacist to a FBA when you're literally mad at me for recognizing that I'm a Black American? That makes absolutely no sense. And then why don't they call out South Africans for protesting against illegal Africans? It's because they have this obsession with FBAs, unfortunately. Like, we can recognize that Jamaicans are called Jamaicans, Haitians are called Haitians, Brazilians are called Brazilians. But when it comes to Black Americans, all of a sudden y'all want to rah-rah and hoot and holler about how we identify, while simultaneously telling us that we have no culture and we don't know where we're from until you want to claim us.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden we need to be just like, no, y'all are from Africa, but then y'all calling us Akatas and things like that. Y'all are distinguishing the fact that y'all are different from us when it benefits you. But when we were like, okay, so you different from us and we claim who we are, we claim our culture, we claim our heritage, then all of a sudden, oh, no, you need to identify as, no, stay over there. Y'all were shunning us a long time ago. Y'all wouldn't have derogatory terms for us if y'all didn't feel a type of way. In fact, what it is projection, because y'all are the ones acting like YT supremacists. We're not out here trying to destroy. Like, we represent y'all. We're like, hey, I'm just happy to see somebody that somewhat looks like me. I don't care what country you from. But if you're going to look at me as a Black American and be telling me I don't know where I'm from and that I'm a lost child and stuff like that, then F you. I have no reason to associate with you. We should delineate, period.
I agree. Okay. Jay, Aboriginal son. Hello.
Hello, how are you, sis?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. So you don't have an immigrant background. We're just gonna say that for the panel.
Absolutely not.
Okay, go ahead. You got 3 minutes.
I just want to ask a question that you might be able to give me some answers to. So my ancestors, we're Lenape and Iroquois Indian. My people came from Seneca Village and was pushed out all the way up to Utica. The majority of my family went to Poughkeepsie, Kingston, and Newburgh, New York. We have burial grounds there that used to be called the Negro Burial Grounds, and now they're called the African American Zion Burial Ground. I need to know, how could we go about changing that, being that my family has been there in that cemetery since 1851. All my grandparents are in that cemetery. I want to know how to go about changing that because those people were not Africans. We're straight
Honestly,
Indians.
that's a really good question. I'm not too sure. Does anybody have an answer for his question?
Yeah, we have to go through the courts. You know, we have to gather, rally, go through the courts and put the claim out. Why are we being Africanized when we know that we are affiliated with these tribes?
Right.
This is
So
it's our elite political people who are doing this. We're not asking for this.
Exactly.
right. And the thing is I've been going to the city hall and Poughkeepsie and Kingston and getting records, and I know that the people there are asking me, what do you need these records for? And I'm saying for genealogy, genealogical reference only. And I'm finding out different things. Like some of my ancestors are called Negro. Like I'll have an aunt that's considered a Negro, and one's considered a mulatto, and these are mother and daughter. So I'm like, how is this? How does their ethnicity and race differentiate from one to another? And I don't understand how they came in. It's been like the last 20 years that it's been changed. So I've been going there collecting all of the genealogical records to keep here before they start not letting us get that information. And they told me in Kingston, we're sorry, since the British burnt down the town, it only goes back to the mid 1800s and it doesn't go any further back. But my people have been in Kingston since 1889. But my oldest ancestors was born in 1851 and buried in the burial ground.
Can I ask a question? What records are they saying that they don't have?
They're saying they don't have like the death certificate. So the birth records I'm trying to get, they don't allow me to get the birth records, but I get the death certificates. So I have all of the death certificates from my ancestors that were born there, but they don't have birth records or the death certificates going back further than the mid 1800s. Because they said, the British burnt down the town. So they said that, unfortunately, that's the furthest they can go back. It's 1889.
So they have copies. They do have copy of those. Probably not in that town, but the U.S. corporation has copies of all this stuff. Your birth certificates, death certificates, but the court records has a copy. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the reserve. You have all these different entities that our information is a part of. Also, the Bureau of Indian Affairs has records as too, because we're still labeled these people in their records as well. They just gave us a property status underneath the U.S. corporation because we did business.
Right. And the one, my great grandfather, he was born in Yancey Mills. They said it's an unincorporated town in Virginia, Yancey Mills, Virginia. And they have on I got his draft card for the military, and it says Ethiopia. But before that, I looked at another in his death certificate, and it says Negro. So I didn't understand that, and I know he wasn't African because I was taught by my ancestor he wasn't African.
Do you have access to go to the National Archives?
Yes.
Okay, you got to go there to get the physical records of these things. National Archives.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it.
Okay.
No problem.
Thank you.
Let's get to the next person. All right. Diamond Doll, can we have your ethnicity? And then I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for you. Thank you, Ether. Diamond Doll. She went on tea time, child. All right. 4 block baby. Can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer for you.
Yeah. I'm Senegalese, Nigerian.
Are you in America?
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay, go ahead.
It says Pan Africans call FBA white tea supremacists for delineation. Do you agree? Well, I mean, I disagree with the for delineation part. Wait, wait, my fault. I had a text. Yeah, I disagree with the for delineation part because you guys aren't just only delineating, you know. You guys are causing division. You guys are spreading HATEFUL ideology all throughout TikTok and stuff like that, you know. I wouldn't say in the streets because you know this is like FBA is like 10,000 people online. If so, like I'll give y'all the benefit. Yeah, y'all probably like 10,000 people. So you know, I want you know, I feel like you know them calling y'all YT supremacists is justified. You know, you guys definitely, you know, a lot of y'all talking points and rhetoric, you know, is similar to YT people, you know, and I blame
Like
that to
what?
huh?
Like what?
Saying how you know all black immigrants got to get up out of here, you know, y'all don't need to get out our homeland. Just you
So
know, a lot of hateful
50 million
stuff.
people is saying black immigrants need to get out of here and get up out the homeland. 50 million people
No,
are
no, no,
saying
no, no,
that.
no. It's strictly FBA people. You know, FBA.
FBA literally means that you don't have an immigrant background, whether you call yourself
Mm,
that or not.
well, Miss, it's 50 million African Americans, right? 50 million
No,
of them
no,
African
not African
Americans.
Americans.
Well, Miss, not all of them know about
Black
what FBA is.
Americans.
Well, Miss,
You don't
what?
have to call yourself that. No matter if you want to classify yourself
Oh my
as
god.
African American, FBA. So you sucking your teeth. You so sassy. You giggling, sucking your teeth. Like
Now
relax.
you calling me sassy? This why?
You doing a lot. This why
Now
what?
wait, Miss, why
Look
you
at how
calling
you
me sassy
talking.
for? Cause I
Because look at
simply
how
answer
you're
the question.
talking.
Wait, hold on. I
You
simply answer
gotta
the question that
relax.
you don't agree with.
No,
Now I'm
you don't agree
sassy.
with what I said. That's why you're sucking
Nah,
your
cause
teeth and rolling your
respectfully,
eyes.
you talking bullshit. That's why. That's
I'm
why.
not talking
All
bullshit, and
right, eat a
don't cuss
dick.
at
Suck
me.
my dick.
Go
Fuck
ahead,
You don't
close
FBA.
have
your
Fuck
no
mouth.
all y'all
dick.
Close
You
your
niggas.
little
Suck
mouth.
my
Close
fucking
your
dick.
mouth.
Fuck
nasty,
you
You
dirty
talking
retarded.
fucking
about.
Shut
feather
up.
bitch.
Shut up.
Anyways, we knew he was gonna go there. See, he's a little fucking botsy boy, bussy fucking pirate,
Yeah, I heard the
bussy
crash
boy.
out coming.
Yo, host. I got a question for the host. Can I get a 360?
Absolutely not. But you could send me 360 in my Cash App, $ Love Jones TV.
If I do that, I can get a three.
No, I don't have time. Y'all got me fucked up. We trying to have a nice panel and y'all already starting with me. Y'all know how I can get, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to get a restriction. Anyways, can we have Sean Randall Thomas? Can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna give you 3 minutes.
Full American, no immigrant background out of Brooklyn, New York.
Period. Okay, go ahead, go for it.
Yeah, you know, I came up for one reason. It was to address the guy who wanted his records. I wanted to speak on that, but then these filthy, disgusting maggots, like the guy who said he's Senegalese and whatever, you know, came up and
Nigerian, like it's always a one of them. Go ahead.
young and dumb. You can hear that he's young and dumb. You can
Mhm.
hear in the way that he speaks that he's one of those filth
Ignorant.
that they put on us and say black people are doing XYZ. You know
Yeah.
it's them. You know what I mean? He's one of them. They're filthy. But anyway, to the brother with the records, if you ever come across those people who you know, those Mormons out there trying to indoctrinate people and get people to join their church, if you tell them that you're willing to hear what they have to say, every Thursday they give you free access to their vault, in Utah. They do it through the computers. I
Every
believe,
Thursday.
yeah, I believe they will. You will find your records with them. Don't ask me why they got all of our records, but they got all of our records. They always tell you that this town burned down, these archives burned up. Go to a religious organization. They don't tell you which religious organization. It's the Mormons. They got our records. They got a vault like they got in the Vatican. They have all our records.
I've heard
And
that.
one other thing I want to point out is that he also talked about his people with the Seneca Village. Do you notice that, it be the truth be right under our nose, and we don't notice this? Do you realize that they said that this was this all black town that they created part of Central Park from? They call it Seneca Village, right? Did it ever occur to us? Those are the Seneca Indians. There's still a Seneca, New York. There's Seneca all over New York, streets and stuff like that. They weren't Africans. They were Seneca Indians. That's further
Fuck them.
evidence
Fuck
of
them
who we
niggas.
are.
Love Jones, you fat bitch. Go to the gym.
Okay.
Oh
Oh,
my
excuse me. Sorry.
God.
Yeah, I'll land with that.
Okay, thank
Thanks,
you.
love.
Damn. Why y'all on my clit? Y'all want some coochie juice? Damn. It's nasty out here. Y'all are nasty.
They just hate it. They hate it.
Like, geez Louise. Okay, we have Diamond Doll. Hey, can we have ethnicity? And I'm gonna give you 3 minutes on the timer.
Hi. I'm sorry, y'all. About earlier. I'm FBA. I'm from
Okay,
Texas. We come from Louisiana. Um,
go ahead.
and about the prompt, Pan Africans call FBA white supremacists for delineation. Do you agree? I feel like there are similarities between us and white tea people. I think they're just now saying this because we are now speaking up and setting boundaries, and we're a bit bougie with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like now we're more informed, we're more enlightened, and they don't like that. So they're like, "Oh, y'all are acting like the white tea people. Y'all have the same talking points." But no, y'all just mad that we're waking up. Like, and I feel like the young lady, I think underneath me, she would talk about destiny swiping. Yeah, I feel like the
Yeah,
white tea people destiny swiped us, cosplayed us, and put it out on the mainstream that everyone thinks that we're acting like them. Really, they've been acting like us this whole
that
time.
part.
So I feel like maybe that's why they're saying that. Why don't they call out South Africans for protesting against illegal Africans? I think you said something about this too. It's about money. It's a money grab. It's like, oh, like, I don't really care about South Africans. They're still enslaved. Let's just focus on the black Americans and take over their land and cosplay as them. Do them better than them. And I'll land there.
Okay, thanks, boo. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I don't know what type of narcotics you little wiener dudes are like puffing, snorting. I don't know what y'all got going on. But this is going to be a nice, peaceful live stream. Period. Good energy. Positive vibes. Dang, I don't even. Where's my sage? It's all the way over there. I don't feel like I want to get it. It's outrageous out here. I don't have time. You just getting dropped. Okay. Okay. Thank you, FBA Combo. Mo, can we have your ethnicity? And then you could
Yeah,
go ahead and answer the prompt. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes.
yeah, how you doing, love? Shout out to the
Mm,
panel, yo.
mm.
Yeah, I'm Liberia. I'm from West Africa.
Okay, and you're in America. I remember. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
I set your timer. Go ahead.
Pan Africans call FBA white supremacists for delineation. Do you agree? So I don't think it's just because of that, right? I think FBA are making it. They are trying to find a way to make Pan African and African immigrant look bad because they think that's why we are calling them, white supremacy, which is not, right? I would say one of the main issue, one of the main reason will be because of the type of rhetoric, right? They be saying why they are quote unquote, fighting for delineation. Because there's nothing wrong with delineation, right? You guys can focus on that without the rhetoric and the disparaging comment towards Pan-African and immigrants, right? But FBA don't do that though. They gotta include both, and they gotta find an scapegoat. So that's the issue. That's the real issue right there. And then the next problem: why don't they call out the South Africans for protesting against illegal Africans? I mean, it comes down to Black solidarity, right? Black solidarity. I mean, and Black America, they understand what Black solidarity means, right? And we all have our shared struggles that we can relate to, right? And sometimes we got to stick together against, we got to pick a side. Is it going to be standing with Black or standing with the white tees and the foreigners, right? Because once upon a time, there was a time where they were coming after us, melanated folks, right? So we got to ask ourselves, when is the right time to stand together? Is it now? Does this division, internal conflicts amongst our ways of getting us? How is it benefiting us, right? Because that's what they want, the outsider want. They want us divided. They want us to have conflict within us. And we can't have that, right? We got to stick together. Black solidarity. Black America knows this, right?
No, we don't. Look at the second half of the prompt. And someone said, do y'all stick together in the homeland? Y'all don't. South Africans are right now in the street marching and picketing to deport y'all. But you all don't really talk about that. Y'all talk about us simply saying we're not the same people. We're a different ethnic group of people. We have a different lineage, and we just are not the same. Yet you all are up in arms about that, talking about solidarity and us, being divisive. Yet
But
y'all are over there on the continent marching. Literally, we're not in the streets protesting to kick you out of the United States of America. The only
yeah,
thing we're saying is to leave us alone, respect our boundaries. And I don't understand why there's such an
I
issue.
I will correct myself, love. I gotta read up on that. So you are saying they are South African protesting against other
Yes.
Africans? Okay, I gotta read up on that. That is, yeah, that is disturbing, right? That is very disturbing.
I
You
posted a
know.
video of it on my page, and you could
Oh, you
like
did? Yeah, I'm
click.
check it
Yeah,
out. I'm
you could
checking
go
out.
ahead and
But
look
you
at it.
see, I'm all for black solidarity and unity, right? Cause we understand what it means to be proud, to be black, right? Black, and it's like we need to stop this division, whether it be in Africa, in America. We need to stop this. This is nonsense. That's what they want. They want
But
us divided. They want to conquer us.
the thing is that for the most part, there's more division over there than there is here. We're not. We literally always we thought that we had solidarity. We thought that we were having more people to come over here and ally with us against the pale face monster. But that is not what happened when you guys started to migrate here by the droves.
And love, can
And
I
we
give
got
you
to
an
be honest
example?
about that.
Yeah, let me give you an example
Even
real quick.
right now, we always say the same things over and over. Mo, I've seen you on these. I know you heard that Nigerian slash Senegalese guy just get up here and tell me to suck his dick
Oh,
and call me a
when
fat
wait, are you
bitch.
serious? I didn't know.
Right, 5 seconds
Recently?
before you came up. 5 seconds before you came up here.
What the hell? I'm sorry for
So,
that.
so I think it's
Oh, that is.
disingenuous when you all say that it's just us saying nasty things about y'all.
Oh
I didn't
wow.
do anything to him for him
Uh
to say
huh.
those things to me.
Oh
Like
wow.
literally.
Yeah. No, no. There are some people. I will admit it. There are some African that just they are. I don't know how. I don't have the word for it, but they are. This is nasty shit towards. I know that. And
So why? But that's
what that
the
what that
thing
God
is.
said to you, it was very. That is just yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like whenever other people, other melanated immigrants are doing these things, everybody turns a blind eye. when we
Mm,
respond is like, oh my God, y'all are divisive. Y'all are saying nasty things. Y'all could delineate without saying anything. We didn't just come out of nowhere saying anything. You could argue against it. You could be in denial. We did not start this discourse. We were not the first ones to get on any platforms denigrating other ethnic groups of people. It was not
yeah.
us. And it's the truth. It is the truth. I could pull up videos of Africans from South Africa, East Africa, North Africa, West Africa saying we have no culture, we're stupid, we're lazy, we're broke, busted, disgusted, just completely trashing us unprovoked.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, love, how do we move forward, right? How do we stop this? That's the
Well, I
Can I
question,
say
don't.
something?
right?
2 seconds, boo. The
Because we got
only
to
way
stop
that
this.
I think it could stop
Yeah,
is
yeah, let me know.
I honestly, I feel like we have turned a blind eye too much, and that's why it's gotten so bad. So now it's probably got to escalate to a point where it might have to go all the way there, and then it'll probably stop. But with us not saying anything and being so passive and being so welcoming and just turning a blind eye, it got to the point that it is now because we finally
Hmm.
started saying something back.
Hmm.
And people don't like that. When we
Yeah.
just shut up and let people say we didn't have no culture and call us slaves and call our food slave food and say we didn't know where we came from, everybody was happy. Where everybody was kumbaya. There was no issues. There was no rah rah because we just wasn't really saying anything. We all of us sat back and was just watching in disbelief. Like, wow, why are they getting on platforms saying these things constantly? And we don't get we never was making panels like this until we had to finally enter the chat to defend ourselves. So the only thing is honestly for people to just leave us alone. And if you all cannot admit the root cause, then there will never be any resolve.
Yeah. I honestly, you guys trying to get it out of your system, and yeah, like you said, it might have to get worse to get better, right? And that's what
That's
you
all.
guys doing. You guys got to get out of your system.
Okay, Diamond wanted to say something. Go ahead, boo.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I thought about this, and because I'm gonna be honest here, my child father is Nigerian. I met him in college. He was 5 years older than me, and we got together, and he used to always talk about how his ancestors was bad. And me, yeah, he used to. I used to talk about my ancestors because I went to HBCU. I went to Alabama State University, right? Because I was like, okay, I'm interested in Black history, and I met him, so I'm open about my ancestors. But he kept saying no. On his side, they were bad, and he used to always, yes, y'all. He used to always say no. Like he used to never want to be around the other Africans. He was more Americanized, right? And 10 years later, right? I'm like, oh my God. And I did not know all of this stuff until I got on TikTok on these panels, right? And I'm like, these people really think that we are slaves. Like, and you brought it up too, girl. Like, you kind of read my mind. They really believe that we are all slaves and that we are beneath them and we are, like, we are not worthy. We are at the bottom of all Africans. Cause the way how they treat their own help, the way how they treat their own people, like their maid service, they treat them like dogs. They treat them like real slaves. So imagine how they see us. We are the descendants of slaves. They have no respect for us at all. And I was like, that's really sad because my daughter's half Nigerian. You know, but I just want to say that they want us to keep us in that slave mentality so they can have this ego boost over us. Like they own us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, a lot of them have an inferiority complex. A bi-ethnic man came up here yesterday and said he looks at us like we up and we have everything. A lot of immigrants look like we have everything and they think that we got it from the pale face, and some of them have even called us ungrateful. So I think it's like two sides to the coin. Like they have this pseudo African superiority complex. Not all of them, but the types that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really believe that deep down inside, because if you did, you don't need to punch down on somebody. So in reality, they're like a white supremacist, because white supremacists have to do everything to try to set us back. You know what I mean? And talk
Exactly.
down and degrade us. Like, why would you need to constantly tell somebody they don't know? Well, at least I got a home to go back to. At least I know where I come from. Why would you need to constantly tell yourself that, unless you are feeling some type of void and you trying to boost yourself up at the expense of downing other people? Like, that's what's been happening to us from everybody, every immigrant class. Like, I've spoke about how we've been going through it from everybody, not just Africans. We've been going through it from Italians, Germans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Asian people, Japanese, Korean, every single immigrant class, Indians that have come here has had it in their mind that they needed to look down on or denigrate Black Americans to make themselves feel better, I guess, to be closer to white supremacy or whatever the case may be. But everybody seemingly has been in some secret competition with us. Like, I've been doing content and I've been, reacting to videos and stitching people of every single background just trashing us and having some inherent anti-Black Americanness. And it's like, what the fuck did we do to everybody? Like, damn.
And they have this mindset, like the white man ice is colder. So like you say, they feel like we're privileged. Like we should be grateful that we're even on the white man's land.
Which is not.
Milk and honey? Like what? That my ancestors did? Are you kidding me?
Hey, love. I think it's because they were all given money to come here. They were all given programs to come here. They were given grants. So they were all given handouts and we were not. So it's, because they were given handouts, they automatically think they're better, and that gives them the right to punch down.
It's disgusting, because we don't bother people unless you bother us, and you keep poking the bear. Now we ripping everybody to shreds and cussing everybody out. And people are literally getting BTA in the streets too. It's happening outside. You saying the wrong thing to one of us, unfortunately, it turns physical in a lot of cases, because we just not going anymore. We're tired. Like, we're not marching like South Africans. They're literally in the street. They literally, the foreigners that's there. And it's ironic that you're calling other Africans in Africa a foreigner to their country. They had to close their shops down because it was not safe for them to be open during this time period, because it's dangerous for them. That's the type of time they on in South Africa. Could you imagine if we was doing that to immigrants here? We don't do that, but they act like we do.
And this is the second go around for them, because they got them Caucasians up out of there. They had to get up out of there because that's what it turns to. It'll turn violent if you don't keep playing with people. You can't keep playing with people.
Yeah. And that's it. We just say, leave us alone. Hey. But they don't, and they won't, and they keep giving me content and giving us stuff to talk about. And hey, you're not about to make a click in the view talking down on me, and we ain't about to get in the ring. I'm gonna get a click in the view too. That's another thing that aggravates me. Why do we have to allow these people to literally generate an income? Do you know these people, there's African women that use every single fucking last one of my videos. Every single one. I'm like, I try not to even look at it because it aggravates me. Even AI is using my goddamn videos. And they're monetized, making money. Yet we supposed to just shut the hell up and don't say nothing and turn the other cheek. No, thank you. Enough is enough. No. Why are you harassing me? Leave me alone. How can I block a person that's block baby? If y'all see this person in the comments, block him. He's dangerous. You're a danger to society. I don't like you. I don't know what's wrong with you. You seem unhinged and off the rocker. Do I need to report you to the FBI? Like, what do we need to do here? I'm afraid for my life. I don't like men threatening me. No African, Senegalese, and Nigerian man threatening me, telling me disgusting things. 4block_baby, I think.
Okay, let me
Okay, we got a new person up here, y'all. Demetria, hello. Can I have your ethnicity? Oh, she on tea time. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, I don't like when people be getting on tea time. I be thinking they trying to flag me. Cause how he got so mad because I said everybody ain't African American. Demetria, she probably gotta. I'm gonna give her a couple seconds. I don't like when I be nervous because y'all know they be trying to wave them flags over here. Y'all already know. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. But everybody, double tap the screen. Let's get this live stream to 50K. Make sure that you guys are staying lit and active in the chat. I really appreciate that. Send a heart meets. We do have a gift goal up there. And share the live stream. Yeah, I don't know where they went, but okay. Well, we could go back to the top and come back down. Thank you, Revolution. Sean, if you wanted to add something.
Yeah, the brother was talking and he said they keep talking about division, but I don't know if they understand this concept. In order to divide, something must be united. You can't divide something that's already divided. You know, Paris and New York are divided. They're not on the same continent. They're not on the same land. Now, once they become on the same land and then divided, then you could say divided. We as a people were never divided. We were never. I mean, we were never united with any of you Africans. We were never united with you. So how is it possible that anything we say could be divisive or that we're dividing? I don't understand where you guys come from with that. You were never united with us.
Do you want to respond, Mo? Thank you, Ether.
Yeah. So he said we were never united. There has been instances in America, right, particularly where
You see me.
um where we had to come together, all the melanated groups, right? Because the outsider, the foreigners, the white tees, right, other groups, they were coming after us just cause, we all look the same, right? So there was a time. And I mean we still going through that. We still
Um,
going through that. Look at ICE.
my
Look at
question
ICE.
to you, would be, who is us and when exactly were those times?
I mean, take the civil rights movement, right? Who were they going after? Who were they going
Okay,
after? No, let
okay.
me finish. Let me
Well,
finish. Hold
may
on a second. No, let me. I'm gonna answer the question, right? Who are they going after? They weren't just going after quote unquote Black Americans. They were going after all melanated folks. You know that,
A lot
hold
of
on.
y'all weren't
right?
here.
Hold on, wait a minute. Well, let
Right.
me respond. Let
So,
me respond. When I just want clarity. You said during the civil rights movement. What years are you talking about?
what year am I talking about?
Yeah, what years are you talking about? What era? What years?
We've been through
We?
doing
I just want the years, brother. That's what you said. Us. I asked you who's us, and you telling me who's us, and I'm
since
like,
the
okay,
founding
fine.
since the
Maybe I
founding of
missed
this
it.
country. Okay, let's say that since the founding of this country. How is that?
No,
Since
answer
the
the
founding.
question. Wait,
No, I'm answering the
no.
question.
No, don't pivot and deflect. Answer the
No, no,
question
no.
because you
I'm answering the
specifically
question. He
said
said, when was that?
we.
And
When
he
was the
asked,
civil rights?
when was that, right?
When was Jim Crow?
Yeah, when was all of this where it was all of us united that they were going after? Please tell me. I need to know the times. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm too young or maybe I'm too old. I don't know. Tell me, when was this?
Ugh,
When Jim Crow was implemented, right? Who did it affect?
things beautiful.
It affected all melanated people. African immigrants, Caribbean immigrants,
Y'all wasn't here like
black.
that.
You,
As a
you
group of
tell you
people, as
wait,
a
wait, wait. You telling me immigrants 1 year doing the Jim Crow?
hold on, wait a second,
No.
brother. Hold on. Let me clarify that for you,
Oh,
and
that's so
because
cute.
I
Thank
want you to be
you.
specific again. But let me clarify that for you. During the civil rights movement, if you're talking about from the late 50s through the 60s, right? If you're talking about that period, and you're talking about this era that we call Jim Crow, right? As a people, you immigrants were not here going through that with us. And those of you who were here, the numbers of you who were here, were
Yes,
not going through that. And a point, to put a point on that or a pin on that is the whole Muhammad Ali thing. You understand? When he was going in, when he was going into the restaurant, and the white tee wouldn't let him in, but they were allowing the African immigrants in. So again, when as a group of people were we going through anything together? When were we united? I'll give you another shot. Go ahead.
We can talk. Okay, let's do some recent times, right?
Recent
Um,
times. Okay.
let's do some recent time, right? When when America had their first melanated president, I would say, right? When that
Te-
happened,
Technically, he
when
wasn't first.
yes, he was, yes, he was. Tell me who was the first?
There were several when it was the
Hanson.
Articles of
Who?
Confederation.
Hanson was the first, actually.
Do anybody yet believe that, or is it just me?
You don't have to
Yes,
believe it.
it's
You can look it
true.
up. Look it up.
We don't have to go back that far because when y'all said that when the brother talked about the Confederation and the Articles of Confederation, that's another thing. See, matter of fact, you know what this goes to, my African brother. You don't know our history. You're just making it up or going off of something you heard.
Yeah.
You don't even know about the Article of Confederation. You don't know about the presidents of this land before the corporation U.S. was created. There was never a time when we were united together, like I said. And I gave you the opportunity to specifically, there should be some standout moment where you could say, hey, the Africans, the Nigerians, the Congolese, whatever,
He
in
Liberian.
America stood with black Americans and we were going through this together and you couldn't point out not one. All
Let them
right.
check.
Like I said, we were never united,
When
man.
we had the
And don't
first
say
melanated
George
president,
Floyd.
we were united. We were all united.
But that's
When?
not going through something together, though. That's
Hold on,
not
when was that?
hardship. That's
When
not
did he
something we
say?
had to overcome. He said when we had the first melanated president, we were all
But we
united.
did went through hardship
That's not going
No,
through a hardship when
no.
Obama was
before
president.
he got elected.
So, see,
No.
sir. So let me tell you what you're getting confused. What you're getting confused is you're saying that we were together. No, you guys were hiding in our blackness. Okay, we didn't know you were really around. That's the thing. We thought everybody was black. So we were never together. You guys were just able to like hide your ethnic group. And now your ethnic group is not hidden and we really don't have anything going together. Do you understand?
And
You
let me
see,
point out something
some
to
of these
you.
civil rights leaders, right? Malcolm X, Jesse Jackson, all the civil rights leader, right?
What does that have to
They
do with you?
believe
You bring him
they
up.
believe in black solidarity. They
What
preach
does
on
that
that.
have to do with you? What does that have to do with the continental African? What does that have to do with your people?
What
because they
does
were
that have to
Pan
do with my people?
Africans, and
Yeah, I have a
Wait,
lot.
hold on. When it's your goal, then I'll start your timer for 3 minutes. Go ahead,
Right?
y'all. Land quickly so we can let this new person speak, and then y'all could get back into it.
Yeah, no, because they preach on black solidarity, black unity.
Yeah, but
And
and
brother, let me
when
point.
wait, hold on a second, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Right? And when America had their first melanated president, that was one of the greatest time in history.
For who?
For who? For the black diaspora, that for the melanated people in this
Maybe
country,
for
outside of this
y'all.
country.
No, see,
Brother,
for that.
That was one of the greatest time in history.
speak for
No.
yourself. Let me tell you something. When
Right?
Obama ran the
We
first
were
time, we
proud to
didn't
be
have
black. That
we
was
didn't
when we were proud to be black. That was one
hold
of
on,
our
wait a
highest
minute.
No,
moments.
we were
You're
proud to be
speaking
black
for
way before
yourself.
Obama.
You're speaking for yourself, brother, because I'm gonna tell you something. We didn't have TikTok then, but I remember when Obama ran the first time, and I taunt these people about this today. I had friends on Facebook that just disowned me because from the day one when he ran, I told my people, "You're a fool if you vote for this nut. If you vote for this nut, you're speaking for yourself. You can't speak for us, brother. You're not part of our
Why was
history.
they a fool?
Listen, my brother.
Same question.
My question when I'm not part, you people are part of our history. We were never united. Everything you just said was debunked. We were never together. The so-called African, continental African, and the so-called Black American were never united in this country in good times or bad, whether it be in business or in WAR. We have never been united, man.
So during slavery, Africans and foundational Black America went through it, right? You do know that, right? So Africans went through shared struggle with foundational Black Americans. You
See what
understand
he's
that?
No, no,
what
no.
And
what you're
you
trying to
you
do
try
is
now you're trying to
Resources turn.
divide us and
It's
say we have never been
what you're
united
trying
and
to
we
do
never
is
had same shared struggles.
what you're trying to do is you're trying to trauma bond, right? Now that's cool too. You want a trauma bond? Fine. I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. I want you to tell me how many Africans came to this place that we now call the United States and when. I need the total numbers or approximates, and I need a time period, approximate dates that you guys came here and we went through slavery together.
So if my number is correct, it was like between 10 to 15 million Africans that came to the US.
No,
no.
not the United States. We got to pause on this. Let me let this new person go, and then y'all can resume yours conversation. Shaka, can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to
Uh,
speak.
I'm black. I'm from Houston, Texas.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a certain thing. I've been listening for a while, you know what I'm saying? But it's certain things that Sean was saying that I just had to address, right? Because he was saying something about Muhammad Ali, and I think he said this last night because I remember debating him last night. And Muhammad Ali is what you would call a true Pan-Africanist. So regardless of whether he said that they didn't call Africans Negroes or whatnot, he still was a Pan African. So I don't think that would be a good point to use him for an FBA talking point, right? And as I'm listening to the live, I see when it comes to the Pan Africans call FBA white supremacists for delineation, it's not for the delineation, it's for the rhetoric that's spewed. Because when the African dude who came up here and got disgruntled with you and got disrespectful, I will admit, um, bro was calling him filthy and all this stuff, and man,
That
you
was
would think,
filthy.
bro,
That was
nah, but
absolutely
I'm just
filthy
saying the
and
way he,
vile and disgusting and
can,
dehumanizing. Don't ever shush me. I do not like that.
wait, no,
You got me
I
fucked
wasn't
up.
shushing you. No, I wasn't.
No, no,
No, I
no.
wasn't shushing you.
No,
I
no,
was just
no.
listening. I wasn't shushing you.
I
I
don't know
wasn't
what the
shushing you.
fuck was that. Shh. What?
That was just that was an
Absolutely
exhale.
not. Someone said that you
That
were Nigerian. Are you Nigerian?
see, and that's the rhetoric that they talking about. So
What is the rhetoric? Someone in the comments said that
okay,
you were
I'm
Nigerian.
Nigerian because I'm dark skinned, but that's just the
What?
xenophobia.
That's not
Why
xenophobic
would
to
I
ask
be
me.
Niger?
No,
I've
no.
never been to Nigeria.
Hold
My
on,
people from
Shaka.
Houston.
Wait, I gotta mute you right quick. When I go to panels and they ask me what's my ethnicity, I tell them. I don't say you're xenophobic because you're asking me. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I went to school with, I'll add you another minute. I went to school with a lot of immigrants, predominantly Caribbean. They would always ask me, where you from? But where you really from? Where your family from? Are they xenophobic? I've been asked that my whole entire life from immigrants where I'm from. Oh, you look mixed. Oh, you look like this. You look like that. Are they xenophobic for asking me that my whole entire life? This is very odd that when we are literally asking what people have been asking us our whole lives is xenophobia. That's crazy. But go ahead.
Okay, so may I ask, why do you assume that I am
I
Nigerian?
didn't assume that. Someone in the
No,
comments
I'm just
said he's
asking, why would they
Nigerian.
assume that?
Because maybe they saw you somewhere else or they heard of you somewhere else, or maybe because it said
I've never.
Texas and it's a
I
large
said from.
Nigerian population in Houston. That could be the
It's a
case.
large Mexican population in Houston, but I don't run into Nigerians often. But I'm not from
What?
Nigeria. I'm just dark skinned. I'm from, bro. We gonna act like Mexicans ain't deep in Houston and Cali and
No one
Arizona
said
and New
that they
Mexico?
weren't.
But
Sir,
it's not
you're a
Nigerians.
Nigerian. You're a Nigerian in Houston. It's okay. Move on.
Ooh,
So I'm Nigerian now. Okay, not from Nigeria, but that's the rhetoric that they're talking about though.
oh
When
my
they
A
say
God.
lot of people aren't
when I
first
get
even
called
say they're
African
Nigerian
and no
though.
no no, I haven't even got my I ain't even, I got interrupted so many times in my 3 minutes. May I please expound on my
Go
what
ahead.
I was saying? So I'm just saying the problem I had because I was rocking with Tariq Nasheed and stuff at first, right? But when it came to this FBA stuff, it turned into colorism and a lot of stuff that's prevalent in the black community that we've all experienced growing up. I gotta be from Africa because I'm dark skinned. Bro, I've never been to Africa. My people never been to Africa. I'm full blooded American. But do I agree with the talking points and do I agree with certain stuff? No. See what I'm saying, bro? Like I can't even speak without all the theatrics. What's going on? I'm not even being disrespectful at this point.
No one's disrespecting
Can I
you.
ask him a question, please? It's killing me.
No, let him have his
I'm
time,
from
boo, and then you can ask
Nigeria. Okay,
after.
cool. But I just feel like I just feel like this is a way to exploit the self hate that black people have in our community. That's all I'm saying, bro. I feel like we just going on immigrants that are African, which has always been kept at a marginally low number because they don't want blacks here in general. But when we go to the hair shop, we don't see a African immigrant, or when we go to the gas station, we don't see an African immigrant, and they making the most money. Ain't no and black people at the lowest when it comes to household incomes in America. Why are we
That's
focused on
because we don't
immigrants?
live a bunch of us to one house.
What? No, that's because they own businesses.
So black Americans don't own
No.
5 million plus businesses in the United States of America.
When you go to the gas station or you go to the motels or
I'm
you go
not
to
talking about the gas
the hair
station. No, I need a
salons, the
yes or
big money
no.
stuff.
No. Black Americans don't own upwards plus over 5 million businesses in the United States of America. Yes or
And
no?
how much would those businesses
Yes
generate?
or no? I don't care what you, yes or
I'm
no?
not sure. I'm not sure
You
about
don't
that
know.
stuff.
So then you should not speak on the fact that, oh, they own businesses in a vein of we don't.
I'm
You sound self-hating, and you sound like you have low
I'm just
ethnic
saying
pride, and you're projecting.
when you go outside and you
You're
go to the hair
projecting.
salon or you go to the hair shop or you go to the nail spa,
Sir, can
you
I
don't
say
see black
something,
people.
ma'am?
You don't see
Real
African
fast.
immigrants.
We gotta wait till he
I'm just being
finishes.
honest.
What
Okay.
do
No,
you
you
mean you
good.
don't see African immigrants? The
They
braided
don't
shops are
own
literally
this
called
stuff.
African hair braiding. What are you talking about?
Come on now, you see them Chinese folks and them Indians and them gas
What are you
stations
talking
and the
about? I'm
beauty.
from no, I don't know
All
what you
right,
done flew over the cuckoo's nest. I think Love
okay.
Eden want to say something to you. If
I
you want to
did.
stay up here and talk, because I can't.
Yeah.
Well, no, they
Yeah.
good. Let
So
have at
so
it.
so this is what I'm saying. This is how these little Nigerian and continental African
Nigerian.
people are like in amongst us, and they think we can't tell who they are. We can look at them. It doesn't
And you
matter
can tell
how
I'm Nigerian.
it doesn't matter how long you've been in Houston. I can look at
Man,
your
bro, I'm
face.
from Houston.
No,
My people from
okay.
Fifth Ward.
Okay, like I said,
Yeah.
you being in
Man, that shit
Houston,
xenophobia.
again,
I'm from Houston, Cleveland, Texas. My
You
people from
being in
Louisiana.
Houston has
Man,
nothing
you
to do with
that
you
shit
not
is
being
xenophobia.
Nigerian. No, it's not.
I'm not Nigerian.
Even the word xenophobic is a is a tether
She
term.
swears I'm an immigrant when I have
Yeah.
no accent and I have
No,
no
it
ties to
doesn't have
Africa.
anything to do with an
You don't see
accent.
why
I
they
can
call y'all
look
white
at
tea
you.
supremacists?
I
And you
can
can tell
look at
you can
you.
tell I'm from Africa by looking at me.
Listen, you're not a black American. We have a different look because we're
Okay.
indigenous. We're
My
indigenous. We have a
grandma is
different look.
mixed.
No,
Bro, I'm
no.
just dark skinned, bro.
No, you're
It's just
not.
say it's colorism. Just say
No,
you
it's
colorist.
not.
Just say
It's
you
not.
colorist,
It's
mama.
not.
Let's move on. I'm
The
not
way you
Nigerian.
talk, the
It's
things
from
you
like a
say,
nigga
talking
from
about the Nigerians.
Houston.
No, you don't. You talk like an African in
You gonna
Houston.
tell me I don't talk like somebody
You
from
talk
Houston?
like a Nigerian in Houston.
Your lack
Okay?
of decorum says you're
Man,
Yes.
come
foreign.
on, bro.
Your
Yes.
lack of
She
decorum.
sound.
Your
Yeah.
Come
lack
on,
of
y'all.
decorum makes
The-
you
Hey,
sound like a
y'all gotta
foreign.
stop with these
and
white tea
these are
supremacist
the
talking
people
points, bro.
that want to hide their ethnic group inside of ours, and they think we can't see them. This is
I'm
no
Nigerian.
different than Shaduki.
My
Okay,
brother,
Nah,
your
I'm just
lack of
dark
Shaduki
your
is the
skinned.
lack of
same thing.
It's just
Yeah,
colorism, baby.
no,
my
It's just
brother, your
colorism,
lack of
baby.
decorum screams, I'm a
yes,
foreigner.
yes.
No, it screams I'm an American, bro. From
Oh, it
No,
Fifth
doesn't.
Ward, North
it's
Side
only these
Houston, bro.
foreigners
Can
with
I
this
say
type of
something
lack of
real quick?
decorum.
All right.
He said if you look around, you see mostly like immigrants at gas stations and at these outlets, right? These are very minor businesses. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like these
I'm
are
not
very
Nigerian. It is
small.
sad.
Like at a gas station,
All
and
right,
most
you're
of their
not Nigerian.
clientele,
Like, let it go.
No, I was
right, in our
responding to
land. But
I was
listen,
responding to the comment.
most of their clientele are all of them are Black Americans, right? And
Yes.
minority communities in the hood, in the ghetto, right? These are not big corporate jobs. Black Americans, we have been doing this. Y'all seen us doing it, which inspire y'all to come over here and try to do it as well.
Who is y'all? As an
No.
African,
Diamond,
an
hold on. I
immigrant.
just came up here because he said he from Fifth Ward. I'm from Houston, Texas, born and
Man,
raised. Who your people
my
in
people,
Fifth
Fifth
Ward?
Ward
What's your
Circle.
people name?
Got it. I
What
done
is your
shook hands
people
with Jay
name?
Prince. Yeah,
No,
Gotti,
Jay
Fifth Ward.
Prince. He a celebrity.
Man, you
He
gonna tell
from Fifth Ward.
man,
Like,
my
who is
people
your
from Fifth
people?
Ward
What is your
Circle.
people
Fifth Ward
last
Circle.
name? I'm a
Gotti.
hood bitch.
Yeah,
I know the
all right,
hood
look it
very
up. My
well. I
pops
know
in Fifth
Third
Ward
Ward. I'm
right
born and
now.
raised.
Right
Look,
now. My grandpa in Fifth Ward right now.
what's
I
your
used to hit a
grandpa
lock
name?
with and
What's y'all
everything.
last name? What's
Jerome Baker. Look him up.
Nah? Ain't no
Man,
Bakers.
you don't know what you
Ain't no
Yeah.
talking about. Ain't
Bakers
no Bakers in
holding.
Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
Ain't no Bakers
Ain't no
holding in
Bakers in
no
Fifth
Fifth
Ward.
Ward. Ain't no
Man,
Bakers. And then we don't even
man,
act like that
please.
in the hood. Like we're
Exactly.
not
Man, please.
pro
Y'all
African.
trying to prove I'm
We're not
Nigerian
pro
Exactly.
so bad.
African. We're
This
not.
Man,
You
please.
you're listen.
they've
Done
You're
been
went to the
not
able to
Prince
rocking like
hide.
Chapel.
that.
I
You
done went to the
lying.
Prince
You
Chapel
lying.
and shook hands with Jay
You see,
Prince
the
and
crazy
everything.
part
Girl,
is they
please.
think we can't hear them.
Child, listen. You
Girl,
talking about
please. I'm
Jay
not lying.
Prince?
You been
Jay
to the
Prince
man,
is
come on,
he
bro.
like hood celebrity. Nobody you
Jay
can
Prince is a
anybody can name
legend in
him.
Fifth
Somebody
Ward.
not from Houston can name Jay Prince. Like get the
But
Exactly.
he
fuck
from
out of
Fifth
here.
Ward. He a
We
legend.
talking
What is
about
you talking about?
naming people like Nunny, Cat Stacks, like
You talking about
Exactly.
Clemmy.
cat stacks.
He,
Man,
he, he
Like
he
please.
don't even know
these
who they
are
My
are.
people
people
that's
on Hardy
well
Road,
known in
Fifth
Fifth
Ward.
Ward.
He wear
Come on, man.
traditional wear on
You're
Sundays.
not. I
Okay.
know for a
Oh,
fact you're not.
I'm a
Yeah.
Nigerian. Boy, y'all colorist and
No,
xenophobic,
we
bro. Y'all
not.
gotta stop. This shit
Those
is
words
embarrassing to
tells you that
us.
you're a foreigner. But see, this is
Listen, y'all.
Please.
I'm
I'm a
born and
full-blooded
raised in Houston.
American.
This man is
And
not
you
from
talking about,
Houston. Is
and you
not from
telling me,
Fifth Ward.
man,
We
you
do
telling
rock
my
out
people
like
ain't from
that.
Fifth
That's
Ward
the
like my
honest to
people.
God truth.
That
Especially
girl a
my
lie.
hood people.
all
Bruh.
right.
Hood,
Mute
listen. We know
They
everybody.
you.
not.
bloody
And
nipples.
Can y'all
not.
Bloody
go on
What
mute?
nipples.
Because
street?
everybody's talking
What
over each
street you
other.
Man,
rock out
please
on?
Can
stop.
y'all all mute,
Man,
please?
I'm not finna prove I'm American
Everybody
to some
mute.
Americans.
Can you mute, Shaka? You can mute. Look, I don't really care what you are. But if you are a full-blooded American, I feel bad for you because you have low ethnic pride. And it really makes me feel sad that you have internalized that you are dark skinned and you feel some type of way about being dark skinned. Because the amount of times
I
you said,
truly
oh,
don't
it's
care.
colorism, as if there are not Africans that are my
She just
color and
called me
lighter.
Nigerian. That's all.
As
I was
if there are
replying to
not
her. It
Africans
was
that
a
are my
rebuttal
color
to her
and
calling me
lighter.
Nigerian.
It's very sad that you think that it's just about your skin tone.
All right, we can move
you
on to the
have
next
you
topic.
have a
I'm
lot of things
Nigerian.
that you need to unpack, and you have low
We
ethnic
can move
pride.
on to the
If
next
you
topic.
feel like immigrants are doing better than 50 million African Black Americans and 4 million Africans from different ethnic groups are doing better, then that's sad. Because if you put their top 10 with our top 10%, we're slaughtering them. Of course, if you're going to do
Oh my god.
60% of 1 million Nigerians versus 50 million Black Americans, of course the numbers are going to be skewed. But if you put the top 1 million%, not percent, the top 1 million versus 1 million of Nigerians that's here, they're not competing where they don't compare. And I hope that you get some self-esteem about yourself, because being dark
I
skinned
hope
is
y'all
not
stop
synonymous
aligning
with
with
somebody
YT
saying that you're
supremacists,
African.
mama.
They're talking about your vernacular. They're talking about how you're speaking
Bro, I'm from
about
Houston,
your likeness
Texas,
and the
bro.
things that you're saying. So for you to just go out and say xenophobia, that's why people are thinking
Man,
that
I'm from
you
Houston,
are
Texas, bro.
African, because you saying xenophobia. That's something that they use.
That's
It's
y'all using
literally
that
like
as
a
an
trigger
insult.
word. It's a word that they use to try to disarm people when they're not feeling prosperous or like they're winning in a conversation. It's like you're trying to shut down people. It's a
I
defense
promise
mechanism.
I'm from
Xenophobic,
Houston.
xenophobic. Like, no, you just seem like
Nah,
you
she
We
just
have
don't
called me
even
feelings.
talk
African
like
as
that,
an
Lil
Just
insult.
start
Jones.
talking
On
over
my
You
her.
stuff,
feel
we
She's
do
you
sitting
you
there
not
won't
talk
shut
like
talking.
up.
that.
It's very aggravating. That's why I'm just keep talking over him. It's you have no decorum. You lack impulse control. You're constantly talking over. This is my page. I could interject if I want to, but you just keep talking over talking. Like it's getting to a point. Your time has been up. We're gonna move on to, we have new people on the panel. Go ahead, non ether boo. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes, and then we're gonna get to Professor Alan. All right,
It
boo.
say, hey guys, hey family. Pan Africans call FBAYT supremacists for delineating. Do you agree? I don't give a fuck what they call us on the cool. Like, who cares? Like, these people are draining as fuck. Like, look at them. They on here now, like, cosplaying heavily. These people are annoying. Like, they literally we need to just collectively gather their ass up and just send them on about their way. They can call us white tea people. Who gives a fuck? Like,
Stop
who
cussing so
cares?
much, boo. I don't want to get a restriction.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, but who cares? Why don't they call out South Africans for protesting against the thing is like Buddy up there? there from earlier. They don't know what's going on over there. And when they do know what's going on, they avoid what's going on. Like they don't want to shine light over there because They
Facts.
worrying about our homeland. Like they plan on not going back to their homeland. So they too busy worrying about what's going on over here. They done forgot that that they finna get ready to go back home in June. They better figure out what the fuck going on, because when birthright citizenship come, all that cosplaying they doing, Mr. Fifth Ward, your ass gonna be in the gutters up in, what's that shit, Africa, in Fifth Ward, Africa.
If I go, you go too. I'm an American. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry y'all trying to keep calling me African, bro.
I know
Listen,
for a
listen.
fact
I
my
just don't
people don't
agree
talk
with
like
y'all. I'm
that
not
down there. But
FBA.
yeah,
I'm not buying no Ted-Ignacy
cosplaying ass
merchandise.
clowns, like, who cares? Like, they time is up. Like, they not bringing up what's going on in Africa. Even with Nigeria, when they was over there raping people, they was avoiding about that. Anything that goes on over there,
That's true.
these people avoid it and they ignore it, and everybody want to act like they don't know what's going on, but they want to tell us where our grandparents and shit came from. They know that much, but they don't know current information that's going on within weeks that's going on over there. They don't know nothing. And this shit is local. They be on Instagram and TikTok all day. They don't know what's going on. This is shit that's on the FYP pages. Like, yeah, they all losers.
That part. Okay, Professor Alon, hello. I was
Hey,
trying to
Love
get you up
Jones.
here before because someone, I think they were airing some grievances against you. That's why
Oh,
I
bring
have
them
requested
up.
you that time. Yeah, I don't know if she's in here, but she was like, "Oh, I was going back and forth with that professor," and I was like, I figured I'm pretty sure she was talking about you. So I was like, I don't really know. We could see if we could get him up here so he could speak for himself because
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
be.
arguing is my thing. I teach a couple sections of political science, and I actually used you the other day, Love Jones. I used one of your videos to teach my undergrads, and
Oh,
yeah, you're talking about
okay.
Ghana, and I thought it was real funny. One of my undergrads was like, he said, "So, Dr. A, let me get this straight. Ghana wants the United States to pay them for them selling their own people." I thought that shit was funny. But
Mhm.
Pan Africans call FBA's YT supremacists for delineation. Do I agree? No, I don't. From the beginning, Pan Africanism was an operation. This is
See,
not
sorry, y'all. I got a
speculation. It's been,
violation. I knew this was gonna happen.
oh,
Uh,
hopefully you got restricted.
yes, it's so annoying. That's why I don't like to cuss back to back like too much. You know,
Oh, hopefully it wasn't for me.
no, I don't. I think it's just a bickering back and forth. Like when it seems like it's like arguments amongst people. That's what happens.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you. I'm just trying to like uphill it. I got two. This is fucked
Yeah, well,
up.
I
I
watch
ain't
my
do no
tongue.
snitching, man. I'm chilling. Don't put
But
that on me.
anyway, from its inception, Pan Africanism was a government operation. When you look at the history of the first Pan Africanist, Martin Delany, a quick history: Martin Delany had two African parents. He's foundational Black American because he was born before the 1870 census on the homeland of America. But Martin Delany worked lockstep with the government to try to move us to Africa. And he started Pan Africanism. Martin Delany made deals. He was the first Black man to go to Harvard Medical School, although they flunked him out. And he was the first Black man to be an officer, field grade officer, a major in the United States Army when it was illegal for Black males for Black people to be officers in the United States. We could be enlisted, but we couldn't be officers. Couldn't have leadership positions, is what that means. Well, that's important because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a deal. We're looking at Black people calling themselves Black Americans who call themselves Pan-Africanists. Notice how they're always connected. They're high profile lawyers. I ain't gonna say no names and point no elbows. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They get these contracts, it's part of an operation. So I wouldn't take anything Pan-Africans say seriously. I would just delineate from them and just embarrass them for the clowns that they are. Why don't they call out South Africans for protesting against other Africans? Well, they don't do that because South Africa doesn't have the power that we have. Black Americans don't realize how powerful we are. Number one, the dollar right now, and I emphasize right now, is the world reserve currency. And we have how many trillion of it? I forgot the trillion with the T. Yeah, Black Americans are rated at, I don't want to lie, but it was over $1 trillion. Like that's more than most countries, So they're concerned with us.
I think it was like 1.7 trillion the last time I looked, but it's probably more now.
Right, right. And more than that, Love Jones, I think it has to do with something spiritual. I'm still on my search of trying to figure out who we are. There's something spiritually pertinent about us. I've heard many theories. I'll get back to y'all on that when I do more research. But they're spiritually obsessed with us. If you look at a video I just made a couple of days ago, I was analyzing the quote unquote African burial ground in New York, and I noticed an Adinkra symbol on it. Well, I
saw that video that you made that shaped like a heart with the loops at the end.
That's important. Let me show you why. Let me walk in my living room. When I lived in Ghana, they were teaching us about Adinkras, and I couldn't get a clear explanation as to what an Adinkra is, even though I'm talking to tribal chiefs and stuff, people that supposed to explain it. I'm turning the light on. They couldn't explain what it was. Well, why is that important? That's important because Adinkras all have a meaning, and the heart is something called Sankofa. I think I heard you say it in a video. But if you big back me right quick, I'll show you what Sankofa looks like. This is Sankofa right here. And
that looked like it was at the ends of the heart, though.
Yeah. Well, check this out. This is Sankofa. I got this in Ghana. And Sankofa means go back and get it. And notice how it's only one, right? So the one that they have on our burial ground has two, doesn't it?
Yes.
So there's a reversal in there. From my mind, it says go back and get it and go forward and take it. Got it?
Oh, okay.
I don't miss nothing, Love Jones.
Do you have it? Do you have it? The one the one from the burial ground?
Yeah, he has it on his page. I saw him make a video, but I don't. Do you have a picture of it with you, Professor, that you could show us on this live?
No. If you probably can pull my video up on a laptop and show it. If you want to give me a minute, I'll find my laptop. I don't know where I put it. It's probably in my car. But yeah, the other one is, is two. If it doesn't look like it, but it's two birds facing each other. There's a reversal in there. And from my view, it seems like it's a spiritual meaning to that. They're going back and going forward to take what's ours. We need to get that Sankofa legally now. I don't advocate for anything illegal. We need to get some legislation passed to get that damn symbol off of our ancestors' bones. We're looking at a destiny swap is what we're looking at. This is all spiritual. Yeah, it's all spiritual and equally dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
So I just want to ask you right quick before we get to the next person. There's a person on this panel that basically he said, the whole, we're all xenophobic because, he's dark skinned and the fact that immigrants are doing better than us. Like they have more businesses and this and that. Do you have anything to say to that?
I do. If you look, it's a piece of stick or something in my hair. I see it. But everything's backwards on camera. But yeah, I do have something to say to that. I've said this before on your space, Love Jones. But Black Americans, I double dare y'all to look up pictures of foundational Black Americans from the 30s and 40s. Look at early pictures of us. They all look like I've said this before. They look in between me and Love Jones. We don't even look like Africans. So you're looking at massive insecurity. I hate to say this, but it's HATE to say this, but this is really true. I've experienced in academia and on the continent of Africa. For some reason, Africans, particularly West Africans, have low ethnic self-esteem. I love me. I think my family's gorgeous. Black Americans have no problem with the way we look. A lot of women on my mother's side of the family are really light with blue eyes. I was born with blue eyes. They turned hazel. And our hair is different. You know what I'm saying? But Black Americans, every whitey looking woman on my mom's side of the family married the darkest guy they could. What I'm trying to say is we don't care about skin color. Like, we don't give a damn. We got people in our family that's jet black, and My color even lighter. Like we don't even look at that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Africans are obsessed with that. I'm dealing with that on the spaces, trying to spread my message. I'm dealing with a bunch of dudes, for God's sake. Like African dudes are obsessed. They are y'all know they obsessed with me. I was on a Freaky Friday space I like going to just to let it all hang out and blow away some steam. And we talking about, you know what I'm saying, being romantic with women and shit. Like it had nothing to do with Africans. We weren't even talking about that. And about 3 African dudes got up there to obsess with me. They're obsessed with color. They're obsessed with Black Americans, and they have low ethnic pride. How many times have I seen somebody throughout the years and say, "What part of Africa are you from?" And by me calling them what they were
They
offended
get
by it.
offended. Yep.
Yeah, I had a dude changing I got a little exotic sports car, and I was getting a tire. Tires are really expensive, so I found an African that sold cheaper tires. I was getting a tire put on. I'm paying this dude $300 for a tire, and my dude, I was like, I heard him speaking African. He looked like an African. I said, "So what part of Africa are you from?" He stopped for a minute and looked at me with absolute hurt in his eyes, like what's wrong with being from Africa? You know what I'm saying?
African guy said that they don't like to be called out for looking African because they feel like it makes them look poor, or like, like they don't have money, or they're not accomplished in life if they look like an African, if they look like themselves, basically. Because they
Well,
associate looking African with being unkempt, not having a lot of money, or not looking attractive. And they just don't want to be honest about that.
yeah, well, the same could. I have no sympathy. I agree with you, Love Jones, but I have no sympathy in my heart for that, because the same could be said for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't walk around saying, "Hey, y'all, don't I kind of look Puerto Rican?" I'm proud of being Black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then people confuse me sometimes. Like they walk up to me speaking Spanish and shit. I'm like, no, I don't speak Spanish. Even though I speak a little Spanish, I'm like, I'm Black. You know what I'm saying? We're proud of who we are. We've been associated with poverty. I mean, I'm not going to waste time on your space saying all the tropes that go along with being Black, right? That aren't true. But we're still proud of who we are. So they need to find some ethnic pride. But I'm telling you, Love Jones, I'm telling the panel, that's not our effing problem. That's their problem. You know what I'm saying? And
So wait, are we still
hold
going
on,
to
I'm not
die
done,
tribe
brother.
about me? Well, y'all
I'm
talking
not
about
done, brother.
me. They mentioning
I'm not,
me.
bro. I'm not done. I'm
And y'all
assuming
going
you're
on how
Taylor
I'm
by the
light
way you're talking.
skinned.
Hey,
See what
Taylor,
I'm
I'm not
saying?
done.
He said he not. He
This
like,
is
oh,
crazy.
it's y'all a colorist because I'm dark
Y'all
skinned. Y'all
still
think I'm
going on like
Nigerian.
about me being Nigerian,
Hold
bro.
on. What
Come
we
on,
say?
folks.
What we say in the
We're
Black community,
speaking
Love Jones?
generally, but I did ask him about you basically putting down
Yeah,
Black
that's what
Americans
I
and
was
saying
saying.
that
And he going
we
on
don't
about how
have
he
as
look
much
Puerto Rican and
jobs
shit.
and
Like,
as much.
oh my God.
This is a hurt,
You
ladies and
are
gentlemen.
very
No,
colorist.
I'm just saying.
You
I'm just
are.
saying
This
we
is a
can bring up the
teachable. Hey,
household
Taylor,
income
hold
since
on.
you're a
Hold
You
on one second,
professional. You
colorist.
brother.
can bring up the household
Love
income.
Jones, this is a teachable moment. He's a hit dog that's
Let's bring up
hard.
the house.
He hates
Man,
his
let's bring up the
likeness. How
household
about
income.
this?
Let's bring
Come
up
on,
average
camera.
household
Come on,
income.
camera.
Oh
Cam
yeah,
up.
cam up so
I'm
we can see
cammed
what you
up.
look like.
I ain't even got a haircut yet. I'm cammed up.
Cam up.
You want to see my face?
I don't
Yeah,
want to
put
see
your
your
face
Yeah,
face.
he
up.
I want
wants
to
to
see
see
if
your
you're proud of
African
who you are.
face. Hmm.
Y'all want to see my face?
I
Cam up.
don't.
I
I
didn't
just want
say
to
you was
see.
African. I don't know what you look like. Wait,
That
hold up.
nigga.
Let me change the layout so we could. Let me see, how do I change the layout?
I'm confused what this shit turning into, but okay.
You turned it into something else. You went
He's a
there because you
weirdo,
kept
man. He
centering.
I
hates
You
thought we
kept
himself.
was,
centering
man.
yourself.
Calm
So
down,
here
bro.
you go. You wanted
Big
attention. Now
screen.
you got it.
Look at him
You
hiding his
put him on the
face. You
big
see
screen.
that?
Big screen,
You see
please.
that?
I'm
Yeah, let me
Y'all
chilling,
see
see.
that?
listening to y'all, bro. Oh
You
my
see
bad.
that? You are a specimen right now. He's not. He's a specimen. You're
Man, I'm
not proud of
handsome, brother.
yourself, sir.
He don't.
Come
Yeah,
He's
he
an
on,
feel
man.
he
African.
doesn't like that people say that he looks African because he's been told that a lot in Texas, and it makes him feel
He's
insecure.
African.
I
Come
don't know
on,
what it
Right.
man.
Be
is,
proud of who
but
you are, man.
Man, come on, bro. You're a grown man commenting on me, bro. I really
And
would
you
like
are
to
you are
switch
what did
not
he
topics
proud
and
of
comment
talk
on? He
about
yourself.
said, "Be
something
proud of
that's.
who you are." That's what he said.
Right.
Come on, let's switch topics, man. We brought me back up.
Because you centered yourself. So here you go. You wanted attention. How does it feel? You feel good?
Right on.
What's going on, y'all? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Love Jones, man.
All right. He looked like T-Pain.
Yep.
Love,
T-Pain mouth a little
Great
different
teachable
than that.
moment.
beloved. This tied back to what I mentioned earlier, right? About that black solidarity and unity instead of more division, right?
Thank
So
you.
who cares if we look different, right? Why should Black American be out there trying to point us out? Who cares?
Trying to point y'all
We are all
out if y'all look
melanated
at.
Sir, you're
folks.
in our
We
space.
hold on, Professor. We're all melanated folks, right?
Mo, you
We
follow
gotta
us
stop.
around,
We
sir.
gotta stop
I
that
made a new,
division,
Bill Jones, I made a new quick video you got to check out. They are
right?
stalkers.
We.
They
What
are
do you mean we are stuck?
stalkers.
Just because we came here doesn't mean we are
You're
stalkers.
here, sir. Every
We here
panel
for
I go to, you
us.
show up.
I
Why
came
are
here
you
for
here?
me. I didn't came here for you, Professor. I came here for me.
No, you came here for us. You're obsessed with Black Americans. We're going to get a effing restraining order on y'all in a minute.
I'm not
Like,
obsessed
what
with
is wrong with
y'all.
you? You're a
I love my
weirdo. No
culture.
way.
I love how I talk. I love how I look.
Where do you live, sir?
Black Americans, women love me.
Women's. What's a women's?
Yeah, Black American women, they love me. They love that I'm African.
I can't comment on that, but I'm gonna tell you, you
But
follow
you know
Black
what I'm saying?
Americans around.
It's like there's nothing to be ashamed of. We ain't ashamed of who we are, right? I got a lot of compliment from Black
But Mo,
Hold
Americans.
one
on.
time you did say, "Oh, I look just like y'all. I look just like y'all." And when people were saying, "No, we could tell that you're African," you seem like your feelings were hurt behind that. All right, we gonna come back to open up the panel. I got a new person up here, right quick. Hello, Demetria. Can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna give you 3 minutes on the timer.
Hi, I'm Black American. And as far as the topic, I think it's kind of crazy that, not crazy, but it's kind of weird and disgusting that Pan Africans is even comparing FBAs to white supremacies. We're not killing, I'm sorry, we're not creating
Unaliving.
genocides, we unaliving people. We're not doing everything we can to down Africans. We're not allowing, but they can come in our country, come in this country and do their thing. We don't terrorize them. We don't do nothing. We just don't want to be a part of them, you know. And I also found it crazy too that they can point out the fact that we want to separate ourselves, but they can't point out the fact that you got these new townships. For example, I believe it's in Nebraska or Arkansas where they have whole townships where they're not allowing black people to live there at all. They not pointing out stuff like that. You can look it up. It's this
Wow.
township in what is it? It's Arkansas where they building their own little thing, their own little community where they like black folks are not allowed to live with us. We do not want to live with them. We want to be by ourselves,
Wait,
basically. And it's
who's building
white
this?
people. It's a
Oh
white,
yeah,
all white
I think
neighborhood,
they
all
already
white
have one of those.
Yep.
and everything. And you see that they're not trying to say, oh, we need to come together, or we need to stop all this. It's us when it's us trying to separate ourselves. It's a issue when we're not harming them. We telling them you got to still get y'all money, do y'all thing. We just don't want y'all calling yourself Black American. That's all. And as far as yeah, why are they not protesting different things that's going on in South Africa or even in Africa in general? Why y'all not in Belgium getting y'all reparations from them? Considering the fact that they tore the Congo up completely up, the mass genocide that king did to them. Why are y'all not going to go over there and to ask for reparations and ask for things to be written the right way? And it's just crazy to me, like all the stuff that's starting to come out. And one more point back to like the Pan Africans, it's just crazy the fact that it's not working. You looking at celebrities going over to Africa talking about, oh, I'm Nigerian, oh, I'm Ghanaian. Oh, like even the program that I think it was the Ghanaian president had a program with Chance the Rapper where they had teenagers from Chicago going over there saying they're welcoming people to come and meet their ancestors. I don't know you. Where are you in my family tree? It's crazy to me. Like it's so crazy and weird. And I'm done.
All right. Oh, Mo. Hey, boo.
Hey,
What's up,
Bookie.
boo? Okay, let me give
How
you
are
a
y'all?
second. I'm good. Go
I
ahead.
do want to answer the prompt because honestly, this is how I really even found out about the term FBA is I don't know if y'all remember when Deontay Kyle made that rant video.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, what the hell is he even talking about? But the way that he was comparing it, I was like, something about this is just too out of line, because for me, I'm always weary of somebody in the Black community comparing Black groups, even if it's not like wildly accepted in our group as like a term yet or anything of that nature. I am very weary of people calling or making comparisons to white supremacy in the way that he did, similar to what she was just saying. I'm sorry, there's just too much history in regards to white supremacy and the factual abuse that they have to even be in the same sentence, let alone compared to anything, compared to, delineation or whatever the case may be. So when he had that much disdain for it, I was like, I need to go look this up. What's going on? You feel me? But I really feel like a lot of them have an emotional attachment style that's really obsessive, and maybe they feel almost like they may have been abandoned by like certain things. Like they have that, I don't know what it's called, but like when people are like scared of being abandoned or whatever the case may be, they don't process things well. And I feel like that was what that crash out looked like to me when he did it. And I feel like that's what they do on here a lot, is where they go into these storylines and these mantras to try to reconnect the group, because they're scared of things changing. They're scared of their world being shaken up, and the falsehood of them believing that there was once unity and we was all together, and you know what I'm saying? All of that was never true. It just never happened. It never happened. It was never a thing. And anything that was beneficial in the Pan-African movement was for their benefit, not ours. So when they see all of that, it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And for me, that energy is not only incorrect, I feel like it's emotionally unintelligent, because they're not able to like think about the way that they feel, process their emotions, and stand on facts. One of the things that we have never been as a community is hateful towards nobody. So for them to even be making comparisons towards white supremacy is just completely out of line. And I don't know nothing about the South Africa thing yet, but that's how I feel about the whole Pan-African thing.
Okay. Does anybody else want to chime in?
Yeah, Love Jones. I'm getting my work laptop. I got a picture of the new Sankofa bird. I'm gonna pull it up in a moment. Just letting you know.
Okay. Well, we can have an open panel right now. Just don't no over talking and cussing to a minimum, because
Can
I
I
don't
say
have anybody
something?
else want to. Sure, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm eating. But before I forget, I wanted to say they are scrambling. Like, they're just reacting. They're like, oh my gosh, because now they're doing witchcraft. Well, I'm not gonna say it. Now they're doing other things, right, in the public, because they're so desperate. Like, really, they're trying to hold on for their life, and I feel like it's really scary to see them cosplaying. It's very scary. And like they listen, they come to the panels and they listen. They study us. You know what I mean? They study the way we breathe, the way we talk, how we laugh, and it's really scary. And I land there.
Another thing I want to say too is that, and where is our apology too? Like, we supposed to be y'all sold us over here. Where is the apology from all those countries that y'all got over there in Africa?
Wait, hold on a second, Danny. We don't owe y'all apology, right? You saying y'all FBA, we don't owe your apology. So what are you? Are you an
Why not?
FBA or are you an FBA? What are you?
I'm Black American. I'm saying the claim of y'all saying
Okay.
that y'all. I'm saying the
General
claim that
Danny,
y'all were responsible. I'm saying the
don't stand
claim
up
that
for Pan
y'all were a
African.
part of the Atlantic slave trade. If that's so, where's the apology?
Apology
Because
from
that's
who?
what the Ghanaian president is claiming, that we want an apology from the United States for the atrocity that happened of the Atlantic slave trade. If that's so, where's the apology from y'all from selling y'all own people over here? Where's that apology for y'all having children slaves and stuff and all the other stuff that's going on in Africa? That's still going on.
So you trying to speak on Pan African apology, right?
No,
Well,
I'm not saying
indigenous Black American.
I'm not saying Pan Africans. I'm saying Africans in general. Africans that think that they should have any part of Black American culture. Black American culture, want to immerse with us, want us to be in unity. If that's the case, then you guys owe us an apology for selling us.
No. We don't want. You see, y'all want to talk about unity, right? We've been want to be in unity, but that's not what Black
Never.
America
Oh,
wants.
don't lie.
They
Hold on,
want to
Mo.
delineate.
Hey, Tether, can you tell us one time where Africans have helped Black Americans
He can't.
anywhere in Africa in a meaningful way? You can name any country you want.
He can't.
You talking about one time where African have helped Black Americans?
In a meaningful
Or
way.
anybody in the diaspora, because this can be CARICOM, you know, the groups or whatever the case may be. What have they done? Wait,
We
hold on.
been,
Let me just ask. What have they done to show solidarity and unity amongst all of us?
Well, you say in the diaspora, like the Caribbeans as well.
Yeah, Caribbeans as well. What
Well,
has
you
Africa
had
done?
Marcus,
Hold on,
Marcus
I was
Garvey who
asking,
came out here.
No,
Marcus
no,
I was
Garvey
no.
was an
asking
Shaka, she was
Mo.
asking
Hold on,
Mo.
because
And don't bring up
Professor
Marcus
asked him,
Garvey.
and I'm just
Marcus
adding on
Garvey
to it.
was a traitor.
Thank you.
Yeah. Marcus
I'm just
Garvey was.
asking Mo what he thinks, because he said it. Okay, the unity. What's the proof that they had unity with us and everybody else
Mo,
in the
just let
diaspora?
him answer, boo. You giving him way too much time to think. He ain't got shit upstairs. Let him answer me.
well, damn, love. I feel
I
hurt
don't
by
mean
that
it like
comment.
that, but I'm talking about
Okay,
as far as this question go.
but I'm said this earlier, right? And during the civil rights movement, and Black Americans, they think they were the only one affected by this. And I'm still. Where is the proof? Y'all think you're the only one affected?
What are
That
you
You
talking
wasn't
were
about?
true.
not here. It was not even 1,000 of y'all here in the
Hold
1920s.
on, sir. No.
So
You
when
to
the,
a question, sir.
you telling me no Africans were in the Americas during the 1920s,
No, you
1900s?
guys were not here by the millions. You were not
I
here.
didn't say millions, love, but were we here? Yes or no?
Oh my God. Let
Right?
me.
He's filibustering. We asked him a direct question. Hold on, Tether. Let me rephrase. Let me ask you a direct question, direct answer. Do not give me an African fireside story, please. The question is, can you name one time where a country in Africa has helped Black Americans in a meaningful way? One time.
Okay, I mean, if you want one instant, I can give you the BIM movement, right?
Oh,
We can go that
The
route.
what?
the
The
Black
BIM
Lives Matter
movement.
movement.
We can go that route. No, it's
That was African? What does this do?
yes, it was one of the founders is is Nigerian. You should know this,
What
right?
did the Black Lives Matter movement do for the Black community besides launder money?
Beside London Money, they put their voice and for black equality and their
That was
rights, right? I mean, when global all these protests, all these
the protest was the people. They saw something and capitalized on it and put a name and put a face to it. We were already protesting without needing anyone to assemble
BLM
us.
united us though, right? United us as blacks, black men and the people, right? Because it was affecting
Oh my
us,
God.
No, it did
regardless of
not.
your ethnic, right?
So,
Regardless if you're African, Caribbean.
Bob Jones, he is nauseating me. He's so ignorant. He don't know that the Black Lives Matter movement was started at allegedly, just so I don't shut down your space, at University of Chicago by small hats. And it was done as controlled opposition, you imbecile.
So who
This
was the
dude giving
final?
me Love Jones, I got the picture, love.
okay, let me
This
go ahead.
all right, so this right here, if y'all can see room, it's saying
Wait,
quote
it's
but
etched in.
oh yeah.
Oh
And
shit!
and to give y'all, this is the I'm offended by this plat. African
Yeah,
brown,
that's so disrespectful.
and it's
Oh my
etched
God.
in. And those if you didn't know what you're looking at, you wouldn't see it. But those are birds. That's one bird representing the past and one bird representing the future, and they're kissing, they're touching heads. Like,
African burial ground in New York City in the United States of America.
Do you see that
That's
colonization?
so
Do you see that?
disrespectful. That is so disrespectful.
That is
We
paper
gotta we
genocide.
gotta do something about that. That's not okay at all. Like, what the blood clot?
and it says, for those who lost and those who were stolen, something, those who were left behind. Let's stop right there.
No,
Those
it
who were,
doesn't even say African American. That should just say African.
You see what I'm saying?
That got me ready to put on a black hoodie and get some goddamn spray paint.
Do you see? Call ICE. You know what I say. Shit.
but to kind of drive that home, if y'all look at that right there, the Sankofa Dwa. Dwa means two, like dice, dua. This is Sankofa. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of put two on there. I'm not a witch doctor, but to me, that says that they're trying to go backwards and forwards. This is a spell, ladies and gentlemen, on our ancestors' bones.
Oh my God. The disrespect.
Yep. The disrespect.
How is this? It's an African burial, and that's the Lenape people. Do you see? Like we need to understand real time that they are Africanizing us, and these Africans are the demon devils. They're aliens. They're not our people.
Hello.
But love, who's African else? You guys, you talking about being African else? Who's doing that? That's the YT. That's your government,
No,
It's
Ghanaian
the
people,
government.
because they
right?
made some
That's your
funky
government.
coffins. No, the Ghanaian people, when they excavated those people, they made some funky coffins in 2003. So because they made coffins for that burial ground, they feel like the people are there. But they themselves say, oh, it is most likely that the people buried there are from Ghanaian descent. Not all. Like, they use
But
their words very carefully, because they cannot say 100% without a shadow of a doubt that those people are African, of West African descent. And that is the disrespect. The fact that the Ghanaian president went there to lay a wreath. Y'all keep saying, oh, it's just gaslighting. He literally got up there and made a speech and literally ran down everything that Black Americans accomplished or had to be resilient and rise above. He said Africans pick cotton. That's disrespectful. Do you know that people were still in the United States of America in the 1960s picking cotton? Whole families of children included picking cotton in the 1960s. They were not continental Africans. He said that Africans built the railroads. I'd rather a Chinese person get up there and say that shit. It's disrespectful. Y'all did not pick cotton on cotton fields. Y'all was not in the sugarcane fields. Even if some of those people did come over here, that lineage was severed once they reached United States of America's soil. That's a different set of people. If me right now, Love Jones, go over to goddamn the Bahamas, and I have kids in the Bahamas, and my kids are there for 500 years, those kids are no longer, they have no ties to the United States of America. It's utterly diabolical. And for y'all to keep playing dumb, deaf, blind, and mute, it's really disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
Love Jones, can I share this real quick? I'm not sure if y'all can see this, but this is
yes.
Pod the Piper, okay? And these are the small hats. Okay, these rats. But you see they're saying it has the black hand. See, these are the African is behind everything. That black hand, that's the black nobility. And what they did is they brought all these people to fight us over here, and now they're trying to do the final destiny swap. But this is in a museum in New York, all right? But you got to see where it says the black hand, meaning that they're behind it. The continental African is behind it. That's the black hand.
That's what Bobby Hemmett. I love Bobby Hemmett said that years ago, and I thought he was crazy for saying it, but I'm starting to believe that too. Because if you go back in history, YT didn't even exist.
Right. These are we see what's happening now. We're at a head where we're back to our original enemy. They brought they created these Caucasian eugenics people who are not, all the way. They're not the original people, so they don't even have the ability. They have spliced their DNA with animal DNA. That's why these people are a little off. But the real hand behind it is the African. You see that?
Yep.
I just wanted to show y'all that because we are just coming full circle now. And the fact that they have the African burial, not even African American,
That's what
that
I'm
was
saying.
that was
Like,
the play the whole
whoa,
time. That was the play the
the
whole
straight
time.
African? What the
Yeah.
fuck is going? Why would there be a African burial ground in the United States? That doesn't even like what the hell? Majority. Oh, I'm tired. I feel like we keep saying the same shit like a broken record. But god damn it.
And that's why them, them Europeans was so mad at the UN. They was like, basically, how y'all gonna check us when y'all was our partners in crime?
Mm.
That's exactly what they was giving. They was
Yep.
like, excuse me, I know y'all not checking us when we was in cahoots.
Yep. And this is why the stupid black Americans have no idea. They don't even understand when our USA is not on the same team as them. They're trying to separate themselves, but we so daggone dumb because we haven't done our lineage in the numbers that we should be doing our lineage to see that these people are literally Africanizing our indigenous people. You will see your records and see that you are the people that they're trying to Africanize and you're not them.
And not only that, they also don't notice that most of those countries that said yes to Ghana, basically at that meeting, was countries that Ghana owed. They owe China, they owe Russia, so it'll be in their benefit to vote yes, so they can get their money back. From whatever the reparations is going to be, if they decide to give them reparations.
Facts. I'm proud of us, just to be positive, because we're like so steeped in this negative event. I'm very proud of us that we're waking up to it. And I will tell y'all that the Foundational Black American young people, 18 to 21-year-olds in Atlanta, are on that shit. They listening to us. They know.
Wow.
Yep.
Could imagine. And you know what? The fact that people have such a negative visceral reaction to hearing FBA, that speaks volumes as well, because it's like, why are you so angry? I don't even go around saying I'm FBA, but from what I know the definition to be, it literally just says, it just means you don't have an immigrant background. So if you literally are a black American with a long lineage here, you are a foundational black American. You might not want to call yourself that, and you don't have to. But FBA is black American people that aren't immigrants. So why do people get so offended? It's because they don't like the idea of us being our own entity or our own separate ethnic group. It literally disturbs their demons. Like, I see the way people feel and how they talk, and I'm like, damn. So every person that you think calls themselves FBA has cussed you out or denigrated you or done something to you, like, and they will just blatantly lie for confirmation bias. Yeah, they said this and that. Like, no, the hell they didn't. You are lying like a Persian rug. Like, even coming here in this space, some people might ask you a question or two, but to just say, but I didn't, and it won't even be me, and I'm the host. But to take what you experience here and to go out and say, oh, all FBA, and I was on a panel, when the host herself literally allowed you to talk, allowed you to be on the panel, allowed you to have your time. Of course, people are going to interject. That's just human nature. Those are not the talking points, though. How the hell you even interact with an FBA if we're just everybody's just so demonic and evil and xenophobic? We wouldn't even have a fucking conversation with you. You wouldn't have no interactions with an FBA if all of them was the big bad wolf
Or
and
they'll
everybody
bring
was
up
just
the
xenophobic.
trauma. Bring up the trauma, like, oh, I remember coming to America and I used to be called an African booty scratcher, so now I don't like Black American.
That's
That's
so
like
aggravating.
that's like they favorite thing to say.
And you know
They
what?
never denounced the violence either, that the threats and things like that that have even been online as of recently. That's what got me into, again, like the Deontay Kyle thing
Who
is
talking? Oh,
what,
that's Mo. Oh, go ahead,
yeah,
baby.
that's what got me into looking everything up. And then after all of that, it was like threats after threats. I'm like, okay, this is just insane. They never denounce it.
Ever. They don't address it. They only address our reaction to all of what people say. I literally, an African woman got up here, said she was doing, I don't like to talk about these things because I'm rebuking it. She said she was doing voodoo on me. She said that she was spit in my face.
Oh,
I
don't
don't know
repeat
this
it.
lady.
Don't repeat it. Don't repeat it. Don't even repeat it,
Okay,
please.
but I never. That's why I don't say it. But
Yeah,
I've
don't.
never had an interaction with this lady. I don't know who this is from a fucking can of paint. I'll say this part because I ain't going over to Africa no time soon. But she said if I ever came to her village, that she would drag me and beat my ass in the street and get all of the villagers to beat me the fuck up. She was talking about me like a dog. I'm like, so now if I cuss her, if I return the energy, they would only see my reaction. They would act like I'm crazy and I'm just sitting up here denigrating Africans when they literally discuss it. A guy just came on my live, y'all all witnessed it, and said terrible things to me. But they don't respond, nor do they react to the attacks that we receive. They only say something with us. It's reactive abuse. When we say something back, it's a problem. Pan Africans, I don't hear Africans. Some Africans might be like, nah, that ain't okay. But they do not get on their platforms and say, that is crazy. Why y'all constantly talking down on Black Americans? I never hear them say that.
They're not going to because that's a part of the deal. But I want to just explain the picture. The picture I put up is called the Full Pied Piper, and it was made in 1909, and it was satire for the lax immigration laws for letting thieves, murderers, and convicts in the Black Hand. It symbolizes the foreign criminals entering into America, and that's what we're dealing with now. You know, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm just over this. Like, even if you don't, you know what's crazy too? Not even crazy, but I don't always put FBA in my prompt because I just say Black American because that's, and they will still come up here and bring up FBA. FBA this and FBA. I'm like, that's nowhere on the prompt. It's on the prompt today because I saw a video where a guy, a Pan-African, was going in. So that's what we're talking about right now. But it could be nowhere on the prompt. No one will say anything about FBA. I never, hardly, barely ever fucking mentioned Tariq Nasheed. And they will get up here and go off. And I'm like, who is even saying anything about FBA? So y'all think Black Americans, outside of how you want to see us or want to label us, y'all think that all of us are just okay with the destiny swapping? Y'all think that all of us outside of being labeled FBA, y'all think that we're okay with naming that burial ground African? Y'all think that we like to be called African? My great grandmother would have cussed you like a dog if you called her African, and she was born in 1935.
So would. It's like that girl, that one girl who came on here, she was really aggressive, but then when it came down to it, she didn't even disagree with some of the points that was made. They just come on here with a mindset of vendetta, whatever the case may be. Probably misconceived notions as well. Very emotional. The lady who had I don't know if it was Ghanaian but she had an African husband or fiance or something. She didn't even disagree. She was just mad and she just wanted to come up here and cuss everybody out. She was just a mess. So yeah, it's like a trigger word for them now. And I'm not gonna lie, the emotional processing that be happening when it comes to Pan-Africanism and things of that nature, it's like their emotions are all over the place and they don't have them in check. So when they see anything like this, they're in fight mode.
That's crazy. Ooh, yes, everybody double tap the screen. Let's get this live to 75K likes. Follow me if you're not already following me, and anybody on the panel if you have enjoyed their input. And keep it popping in the chat. Send them heart meets, and I have a gift goal that's up there that you guys can help me reach. And it's just crazy. Like,
And just imagine, right? You're doing your genealogy, and there's a picture of your family's tombstone, and your tombstone is in the park, that park. And then you go to that tombstone and you see it says African burial ground. Insane. But your people who's buried there, it says Negro or colored or you get what I'm saying? This is what's happening as they Africanize us. You get into some records and realize, wait, what? Why are we even talking to Ghana? Why are we even talking to any of these people?
Thanks, Sean. I think it's honestly it's very sinister. Like, because when we keep saying this, but They're not doing this to other deeply melanated groups outside of the African continent at how hard they're going at us and harping on what we're doing and what we call ourselves. And like, why does anybody care? If I wanted to get up here and say I was a goddamn bunny rabbit, who the fuck, if that's not affecting your life, it's not affecting your livelihood. But the things us not call ourselves African American, they do. That's what it all boils down to.
Trying to rock us back to sleep.
Because
It's the
it is, Love Jones. It's affecting that they've been using that to get scholarships, to get job programs, housing programs, immigration programs. So it is. They're leeching off of us.
Who is to blame,
And I'm glad it's
Professor?
coming out in the open. I've been seeing it for years.
Professor, who is to blame?
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
yeah.
I'm asking
You, because you're a teller.
who put in that system? Who created that system?
Yeah, but why are you
Sir,
using
you're
it?
a
Why are
teller.
you
No, that's a good
disingenuous?
question. Who created that system?
But why are
is
you
it that way?
disingenuous?
Sir,
Why are you a leech?
Hold
Why
up,
can't
It's your
you?
let
government,
Professor Allah answer the question.
right? You
that
want to blame us? Hold on,
that
Professor. Hold on,
that
Professor. You
whole
want to
logic
you
like
want to
makes my
blame?
stomach turn and
No.
makes me realize that you're probably not comprehending the things that I'm saying, sir. What you just asked me, let me give you a metaphor. What you just asked me was like me saying, who's to blame if a leech sucks the blood out of my leg? Well, leeches do what leeches do. Nobody's to blame. It's just you need to destroy the leech. You need to get the leech to fuck away from you. So the blame is not the issue. We don't give a fuck. We just want you to get the hell away from us.
You got a problem. You got to go towards the root cause, and the root cause is the government.
No, it's not. The
They are the
We'll deal
one
government
that
with
is
put
them
in
when
the
we'll
system.
deal with them when we deal with them.
They are
But
the
in the
one that group
meantime,
y'all together,
go away.
right? They are
No,
the
they
one doing the
No
don't.
grouping.
morals.
That's your
Mo,
government.
Mo, it's not the government that's marking Black or African American on applications. You're doing that. There's a space
It's
that's other, and
beloved.
you're not marking other. The mayor of New York City, Mayor Mamdani, he admitted to marking African American so that he'd have a better chance at getting into Columbia in New York City, so that he
Because your
had a better
government
chance.
sees him.
It's not the government. He marked that down knowing that he was not of the lineage. He could have put other, he could have put Indian, he could have put anything, he could have put white.
But that's
He
how your
did that
country is
intention.
built.
The country is
Your
not built
country is built. They group us together. You guys know
because they
this.
don't group us together because it gives you an option of what you want to mark on paper. You all are choosing to mark slots that is not for you. That's not the government taking your hand and making you mark in that you're me. You can put
Love,
other, you could put a different ethnicity, you could put anything, you could put Pacific Islander, but that's not what you all are
love.
doing.
If I was applying on a job and then they have an African American checkbox and then they have an other checkbox, right? And if I check the other,
Sir, do not take this around the block. The point of
no,
the
no.
matter is,
If I check the
what you're,
other box,
hold on, Tether, one
they're
second,
gonna
Tether.
look at me
What
like
you're
I'm
saying,
stupid.
No,
They're
they're
gonna think I'm
no, you
not.
are.
stupid. They're gonna think I'm
What
stupid.
you're saying is,
No,
the
let me finish. Let me
government
Stop
finish,
lets
spamming.
Professor.
the government lets me suck your blood, so
No,
I'm gonna
no,
suck your
let me
blood,
finish.
sir. That makes you
If I
look like
check that
what you
other
are,
box, they're
which is
gonna
a
think I'm
leeching
stupid,
tether.
They're
Professor.
not going to think you're stupid. You are
Yes, they
not.
are.
So
Because
you're
they,
telling me that you're African American, you're a Black American person. That's
of
what you're
course I'm
saying.
not. But that's
So
not
why
how
would
your
they look
government.
at you like you're stupid
But
when you're
your
not?
government in this country sees me different than
No,
what I
the
sees
Don't.
government
me.
They
sees
do
you
not
as an
see you different.
African immigrant. They do not see you as a African American.
This
You all
yes,
have
they
been
do.
putting yourself in
They
that
think we are.
position. They don't think me and you are the same. Stop it. They look at your paperwork and they see where you come from. They see what your lineage is. They don't think you and I are the same. They do not. Y'all need to stop running with that lie.
But why do you need to do it when
I have
y'all
seen a
saying that we
lot of check
lazy and this, that,
boxes.
and the third? When y'all have all these tropes for us, why would you mark yourself as black or African American when you say we lazy and all that? Why would you want to be seen as black then on the paperwork?
Yeah, my whole thing, they need to treat y'all exactly how they treated that
We
white
just
woman
going
that
along
marked
with the
herself
flow,
as
like the
black
government put
with
in.
the NAACP. They said, no, you are white. When she popped up as a white woman with curly hair, which she kind of could have passed her, they like, no, you white. You was not black. And she was in a lot of trouble for that. They need to start treating y'all exactly the same. Y'all are different from us. And I don't know
Then
why y'all
let
don't
your
have
government
pride.
knows.
No,
That's what we keep
why y'all don't
saying.
have
Oh my
pride?
Pick it up
God.
with your government.
Can I have a conversation with the librarian
This
dude?
this This take it off your
It's like
government.
it's
No,
like
no,
it's like
They
Chinese
Liberians.
people
started this
coming here saying,
grouping,
I'm
right?
Asian.
No,
I'm
no.
Asian.
See. This is the thing. This is when we say you're evil. You're an evil person because you know good and goddamn well what you're
We in
doing.
evil. Okay,
No, no,
that's a
no, no, no,
strong
no, no,
word.
no. You're
That's a
doing what you're
strong word.
doing,
We in
and you know
evil.
it's wrong. If you
That's
go to
that
the
rhetoric we
store,
be talking
if you go
about,
to the
love.
store, no, no, no,
That's
no,
that rhetoric we be
no.
talking
If
about.
you go to the store and you steal stuff out of the store that's not yours and you didn't pay for it, then you know it's wrong. This is what morally makes us different from y'all. You are nothing
Okay,
but you're a melanated person, but when it comes to the core of your spirit, you guys are not right. You're not righteous people. You know exactly what you're doing, but you want to blame the Caucasian instead of blaming yourself for being how you are. And that's why your countries are dilapidated because you cannot continue to be grimy and evil and think that you're going to be prosperous. All you can do is steal from us to be prosperous. You can't do it on your own. And that's why
y-
you're different from
y'all
us.
looking for a scapegoat. Y'all don't want to blame the white team man
What?
for Black America problems, right?
Oh my
Y'all want to blame
God.
other groups. Y'all want
No,
to
but
blame other
answer the
groups.
question. Answer the question because you were gonna answer. Why would you mark Black or African American when y'all come in with all these tropes and ideas about who we are? Why did you say that you wanted to mark that on paperwork? Like, why would you want to be us?
Well,
Hey
even though I
y'all,
don't want
good
to,
night, y'all. Thank y'all
but
for
that's
having
how.
me. I'm sorry. Good night. Bye.
Just because I don't want to do something doesn't mean um I have a choice, right?
What do you
He's the
mean you
Per
person
don't
who's
have a
se,
not
choice?
comprehending.
right? So you asking me why
You have a
is
choice.
this country they pulled down a checkbox that said African American slash Black?
And
Why?
other.
Other.
Why is yes they have order, but why do they have that though? Why?
Well,
For
you said
people
something
that
about the system. What's the system? Explain.
I could not.
The system see melanated people in America as African American. They think y'all are from
No.
they think y'all are from Africa.
This dude just up
They
here
That's
they
what
lying.
the
put
white tees
they
think.
put they
That's
put
what
other because they're
that's what
hoping that you're
majority of
able
white
to
tee thinks.
understand to put exactly who you are. If you are Nigerian and your parents are from
You see,
Nigeria, but you were born here, you are a
60
Nigerian
years.
American.
Okay,
It's that
50,
simple. You're
60
not
years
supposed to.
ago. Hold on a second. 50, 60 years ago and so forth, right? What were the white tees saying to your grandparents? Go back to Africa. Go
This
back
ain't
to this.
about
Go
a
back to
white
this.
person. You're trying to
Okay?
grift off of us per
I'm just
usual.
saying they created this system.
Hold
They
your
created this
demonic soul
grouping.
accountable. Okay.
And so what you're saying is that you know that there's
When you go to a
benefit
country,
and
you
hold
abide by
on.
the law,
You're
right?
saying that despite what you think about us, despite what y'all say about us, you know there's a benefit in checking that box. And so you use the quote unquote white man system to get whatever benefit and play both sides of the fence. We can
Because the
be
benefit is
this,
for
hold
us
on.
all.
We can be lazy and this, that, and the third in public and socially to y'all. But when it comes to our accomplishments and things like that, when it comes to that paperwork, y'all want to be Black American. Is that right?
I
Cricket.
guess that's right.
Let me
Okay.
say something about that. Go back to Africa 50 or 60 years ago. That's when Africans actually started coming over here by the droves. They were not telling us.
We can't hear you.
They've been saying go back to Africa
Go ahead,
for
y'all.
since
They
y'all
was
got
not
here.
playing. I got to mute. Give me 2 seconds, y'all.
No, Black Americans been dealing with this for
No,
who know how
you're
long.
not dealing with it.
They've
See,
been
that's what I'm
telling
trying to
you to
say.
go back to
Go
Africa.
on
Why
mute.
is that?
No.
Because they think you're
Again,
Africans.
that mess is over. We
That's
see
why
who you. We see the
that
part that
system is still
you.
in
We
place.
see the part that you immigrants
You are
play.
delusional
You're
if you
not
don't
gonna
think that
blame it.
system is
You're
still in
not gonna
place.
blame it on the Caucasian.
You are
It's you.
delusional.
It's you.
You are
It's your
delusional.
demonic body. It's you who are grifting. It's you who are stealing resources. It's
Wait,
you.
hold up. Oh, sorry.
Your
Go ahead,
Black
Boomer.
It's
Americans
you
Finish
act
that's
what
like the
I
checking
was
the
righteous
box.
one,
finishing what I was
right?
It's
saying.
Y'all
you
think
that's
you're
checking the
superior.
box. It's you that's checking the box. It's you that
No.
is stealing. It's you.
Well, no, I agree with you, but he said that we
Y'all
think we're
think you are the
superior.
chosen one. That's that.
This
That's
is
the
see,
ideology
Mo.
you're pushing.
Mo,
No,
let me
we are the superior
hold
one.
up,
That's why
love.
you're
Y'all
Let
in
me
checking
the
our
superior.
box.
Y'all in the chosen
We
one.
I
Y'all
need
in
are
the
the
y'all both.
chosen
superior
Hold
one.
person.
up. I need y'all both to mute, please, so I can speak. At the end of the day, when white people started saying go back to Africa, Africans were here. Before that, if we could go somewhere, you don't think they would have really like tried their hardest to ship us away by the droves? If they could just do that, they would have found any type of way to do that. If we were immigrants, if they could have shipped us somewhere, they would have done it. You all were actually here when they started saying go back to Africa. Let's just get that part straight. Second of all, you're saying we think we're the chosen ones. Y'all think we're the chosen ones. This is why you all come over to our panels. This is why you all are saying we mark African American. This is why you're blaming the goddamn government and everybody else for cosplaying as us. This is why you say, oh, we need to come over there and assimilate. This is why you all are crashing out, because we're differentiating and delineating. If we were not anybody, if we weren't the chosen one, if we didn't have the cultural influence, if we didn't have, I don't even like to call it soft power. If we didn't have power, then nobody would care. We would be like the goddamn Afro-Brazilians, who has one of the largest deeply melanated populations in the Americas. Nobody says shit about the Brazilians. Y'all don't give a damn what they doing over there. Y'all are not trying to migrate to Brazil by the droves. The only reason why you even want to come over here is because we've shown you what the American dream looks like on a deeply melanated person. And instead of giving us our props and giving us grace, y'all resent us for that. And you know what? You woke up a beast, because guess what? We all wanted to be friends and we all wanted to be family. Y'all told us, an African man told me, you're not African. Why do you let them call you African American? I never called myself African American, but he said that to me. An African man told me, well, you don't know where you come from. We know where we come from, the motherland, the motherland. You all have an African superiority complex. And the fact that we're now saying, you know what? No, we are separate people. We come from the land of milk and honey. If your motherland, it was such a mother, the mother is given an orphanage of abandonment issues is what y'all mother is giving y'all, because y'all keep leaving. Y'all leave y'all mothers because your mother ain't treating you right. Because if I'm gonna call a region my goddamn mother, and I'm trying, y'all can't even suckle from your mother's bosom. She ain't got no milk. Y'all it's fucked up. Y'all all gotta run. Y'all either going to Europe. Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to go there and get into all of that, but at the end of the day, it is projection. And y'all could go ahead, resume.
Yeah, the mother, it don't even protect the children over there. There's over 60 million orphans, and they got child slavery. Okay, so the mother is not mothering. The mother abandoned. The father abandoned. Everybody abandoned. And now you coming over to our family, coming over to our house, and you want to be disrespectful in our house, but yet you want to check the box to be us because you want to replace us because your mother is trash, obviously.
Now I didn't say the mother was trash. Love them.
I said it.
But no,
I didn't say it. I didn't say the mother was trash.
Look,
I
love
just
for
but
Ian
said,
this
did.
the thing, love, right? This is the thing, right? When one FBA says something, they make y'all look bad, right? That's that rhetoric I was talking about, right? When some FBA says some trashy shit about Africa and Africans, they make the whole
so
and
then your
FBA
Africans
look
make
bad.
y'all all look bad. Y'all got bad
Exactly.
PR from
That's the thing,
Africans.
right? So that's why when people, group y'all as, this and that and call you this and it's because of love. Right there.
Listen.
It's because of
I
hurt.
don't like the
Right? Those
gaslighting. I'm
disparaging
gonna
those.
if you look,
No,
I find it
there's a difference between
disrespectful when you can't
gaslighting.
take ownership.
There's a difference, right?
I find it very disrespectful when you can't take ownership for your part in what you're
You
doing.
don't see me
To
up
me,
here calling
that's
y'all evil, calling
narcissistic.
y'all,
That's
this and
narcissistic.
that. You
It's a
don't see me up here
narcissistic
doing
way
that
to
shit.
be. It's a narcissistic way to be to say, you know what? I cannot. Yeah, you're right. I do check that box. Yeah, I know I shouldn't check that box because I'm not you guys. Instead of you
You got
saying
a
that,
point.
you have a narcissistic
You
response,
got a
and
point.
that triggers me. So that's disrespect in my eyes, which makes me then disrespect you. We could have had a normal conversation, but you don't want to take any
Because
accountability.
y'all
Which
think we
what you want to
created this
do?
problem.
What you want to do is you want to rock me and this audience back to sleep and act like you don't have any control of your grown ass self. Okay, and that's one thing that Black Americans aren't going to deal with. I'm not going to deal with it. It makes my
You
booty
see,
itch. It
well,
makes my
my
booty
point
itch.
I'm trying to get across is
Have
who
some
put
type
that
of
box
stuff,
there?
okay?
Who put that box there, right? Who
But
put it
there's
there for
more
the
than one
No,
melanated
box,
people in this
Mo.
country?
There's
Who
more
put
than
that
one
box there for
box.
all melanated people in this country?
No,
But why
it's
you
not for
keep
all.
bringing that up when you acknowledge that you understand the system? So you saying
I
that
do
who set it
understand
up?
it, but your
Hold on,
government apparently don't
hold on. Let me
understand
Am I
it.
finish.
losing my mind?
You said that you understand the system. You're explaining it to
Yeah,
us.
I
So
understand the
because
system.
you know, no, because you know, why are you engaging? Why are you participating? You
Why am I?
can't be ignorant now. Don't play the victim. So why are you doing it? We're back
Because the
at
leaders of your
Listen,
country,
this is
no, no,
just
they
like
said
no. It's
it's
this is
because of
like
okay.
you.
listen,
You
this
understood the
Your
system because
government
you
says it's
explained it to
okay.
us.
Your
this,
leaders
You
say it's
understand the
okay.
system
this
That's what I'm
because
trying to
you
say.
explained it
Blame
to
your
us, and you're
leaders.
saying,
Blame
"Oh,
your
it's the white man. It's
government.
the white man. Oh, the
yeah,
white man. The white
yeah.
man. The white man."
And
You
listen,
understand it, Mo. You understand it. So why are you participating? That means you have a corrupt mind. You're morally corrupt. Okay? Instead of standing
What?
on your
Well, who
own
should we listen
morals,
to? Oh, give me a
yeah,
second, love. Who should
instead
we
of
listen
standing
to?
on your own
Should we listen to
morals
Black
and your own
Americans or should we listen to your
convictions, you're
government?
going to go with the system that the white man set up for you because it's convenient for you. You understood the system. You explained it to the whole audience here, but you're saying, "Oh, who set it up? Oh, my hands." Please cut it out.
If you telling me to do
listen.
something and your
If he
government
would
telling
do
me to do
this,
something, who am I going to listen to?
he would do a graping.
Mm-hmm.
He would do a
Right?
That's the
Wait a
sex.
same
minute.
logic.
He
Love,
would
love
do.
eating.
You see,
I said graping. I said
she's
grape,
pure
grape.
evil right there. That's that
I
type of
know,
No,
but
shit
the
that be
fact that
going
you putting
on.
that on that man, girl, we
no.
can't be saying stuff like that.
Listen. But that's how we're in this position that we're in now because we don't call it like it is. That's the problem.
There is
Put a name
no.
on it. Put a
That is
face
more
on
than
it.
calling it like
He's
it is,
morally
love.
corrupt. He is morally
That is more
corrupt.
than calling it like it is. You know
I
that.
don't I
Mm-hmm.
don't agree with that.
Your mind is
That's her
dirty. Your
sentiment.
mind is evil.
No, I'm just calling it what it is. It's the same.
Your
It's the
heart needs to
same
be
story.
transformed.
It's the same story over and over and over again. Oh, when we call them out on any dirty, manipulative thing that they do that shows their character, they start bringing up the white man.
Cause
Okay,
y'all think we are the
it's stupid.
aggressor.
No.
Y'all look at us
And
as
this
the
and
main
this
enemy
and they
of
think
Black Americans, and we are not. We are not your
they
enemy.
have been able to rock us to sleep with that talk. And this is when they go back in their respective corners and call us Akata and Jareer and stupid and everything else
That part is true.
because they don't want to own their stuff. They're never going to take accountability. The continental Africans act like Africa is a country because as soon as you go and try to check one who's in a whole nother tribe and atmosphere and state and country, another one from across the other part of the country will come into their defense because they're what they
Cause y'all
do.
generalize us. So
No, because
why not?
what they do, even the rooms that have been in play for the last two to 3 days, we could be trying to talk to the Ghanaians, but yet a Nigerian would jump up, or then a
It's
Senegalese
because
would
y'all
jump up.
generalize us.
Hold on. Let me get out
That's
this off.
true.
Then a Senegalese would jump up, or an
Oh
Eritrean would
wait,
jump
we
up,
gotta mute. Hold up.
or an
Go ahead, boo.
Eritrean would jump up because they conspire against the Black American. They say they're different countries, they say they're different ethnicities, but the one thing that they will come together on is to gaslight the hell out of us.
You got a
Okay,
point
you
there.
see, you
You got a
love. You
point
remember
though.
that? You remember that shooting that happened in Texas?
Oh,
I
don't
believe it
say
was
say
Texas.
like
Okay,
I don't
yeah,
know.
the pew that happened in
Mm-hmm.
Texas. Remember that? It was an
Mm-hmm.
African immigrant, correct?
Yes, but we knew that wasn't he from
Right.
Senegal?
Yeah, but hold on, right? So right after that happened, guess what happened? Every FBA live I went on, right? They talking shit on Africans, right? Immigrants, right? They think that's all African do, right? They generalize or they think that's who we are. They don't just pick a certain country. They generalize. They like to generalize our continent. Oh, you guys do that. Oh, you guys are scammer. Oh, you guys are this, right?
Mo, I will say this though.
So,
You guys generalize yourself, but when you don't like it is when it's something negative. You generalize yourself and say, "Oh, they're taking our minerals," and you could be talking about minerals from the Congo that don't got shit to do with you.
but
You
but
say,
if
"Oh, you even group yourself together with other
but
immigrants. Oh, immigrants come here and do better," and you be talking about the goddamn Asians. So you all do it as well. Like I played a video from a woman in South Africa, literally saying, "Africans go home. Africans go home." She's a South African saying Africans go home. She didn't say Nigerian. She didn't say Congolese. She didn't say Zimbabwean. She didn't say that. So you all generalize yourselves when y'all call it the motherland. Y'all say all 54 countries is grouped together as the motherland. Y'all are all one when it comes to
so
positivity.
that
When
gave you
it's
guys
something
the
you
right to
don't
do that?
like, then we have to be very specific. We got to get down even to the tribe. And
So
it's
that
like, come
shouldn't give
on.
you the right, love. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You know that is wrong, right? To generalize. You know that, right? What happened with that
I,
African immigrant?
so what's going on? Well, I didn't. When we spoke about it, we said exactly where he came from. But at the
You
end of
know,
the day, you all have done it to us so much that it's like it's hard to go back now. Like
Yeah,
now it's like
but
you can't be pot meets kettle. Like we're
yeah,
not in a space.
it's people like Love that is pushing that thing that we talked about earlier, right?
I
She's
just got too
she's
listen,
that
I
type
just
of
got
people
too
that
much
push that
common
type of
sense. I
HATE.
have too much
I think
common
She's
that
one of those
she's
sense.
just
people.
she's talking of things that she's
I have
observed.
too much common sense and I don't have the patience to keep having these same daggone conversations
Well, you're
four
making
and
your
five
people
and
look
6 and
bad.
7 years
You're making your
later.
people look
Y'all know
bad,
what
Love.
y'all doing and all we got to do is get them out of here because there's no working with people who won't take accountability for the part that they're playing
Well,
and
you're
stuff.
making all
That's
We
FBA look
true.
bad.
again, even when
That's
it
what
came,
you're doing.
I don't care about that. You listen, I got my land. I'm good over here.
Well, you guys have a bad impression regardless. So don't make it seem like her rhetoric or what she just said is what made you feel the way that you feel about a certain group. Deal with the fact that you already had an opinion because when I asked you about us being lazy and this, that, and the third, you didn't combat that. You didn't say that y'all wasn't generalizing or none of that. So you feel that way. So don't use that now. You're doing a lot of, circular reasoning with this, and that's just annoying right now.
All right, hold on, guys. Halt. We have a new person on the panel. Twizzle, can we have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to answer the prompt.
Hey, what's up, love? What's up to the room?
Hello.
Shout out to everybody in the room. This is Twizzle from West Side Oakland, born and raised, foundation of Black American. My
Okay.
lineage go back to 1855, South Florida. My family was on the Trail of Tears to Oklahoma, from Oklahoma to Arkansas, Arkansas to California. I'm a real
Okay.
one. You might have heard me in Tariq Nasheed spaces a few times. You know what I'm saying?
All
But
right.
I
Go
just
for
want to
it.
ask this African dude a question. I want to ask this African dude a question. You understand me? He's talking about making Black Americans look bad and this and that. Have you ever seen that TV show, Bob Love Amendola? Have you ever seen that TV show when that African woman on there stood talking bad about on how she would date Black Americans last? She would date a white man, she would date a Chinaman, she would date a Mexican, and she would date a man from her tribe, but she would date a Black American last. And she said all the reasons, all the stereotypes and tropes that they use. Have you seen that? Because if you have, you should understand that your peoples is the one that's over here starting this BS, and your peoples is out there making your people look bad, coming over here with this negativity that y'all speaking against Black Americans. Because one, y'all don't know what's going on over here in Black America, like us foundation is. Because we was living it, we were born into it, and it's our generations to it. This is our claim. So you guys always try to talk about something that you don't even know when you guys are guests in someone's house. And I see that you guys don't have any proper etiquette because if you were taught that, you were taught when you
Oh
can
wait.
sit your ass down and you
Okay.
shut the fuck up. Not only that, you don't come, excuse me, but you don't come in someone's house empty handed. But we know y'all all came over here on inner tubes and mattresses that y'all had to blow up with your own breath and tie yourselves with ropes so y'all wouldn't float apart and fight yourselves against sharks. So you guys do not have any argument. The only argument you guys have is trying to get a self identity because you guys are riding our coattail. And as our good brothers in the fashion industries knows, y'all finna get your tails clipped. You know what I mean? Because we tired of you guys trying to ride on black, acting like y'all black just to get credit and credibility and stand in positions. But then just soon as you achieve success, oh, you the first Nigerian, you the first Somalian, or you the first Yoruba, or whatever y'all come from. You know, only time y'all have pride is when y'all have success. But when y'all have suffering, y'all want to run to everything else. So you don't have any audacity. Not only that, you really don't have the intelligence to speak of Black Americans. So we have discussions about what's going on in our culture, in our homeland, stuff that's been passed down to us. And I don't even really think y'all need to listen. I really think y'all need to get y'all stuff together because we look, this administration is shipping y'all back first. We thought in California that they was going to go for the Mexicans, but unfortunately they going for y'all. So we just sitting back laughing as Tariq always say, y'all got to hold your own testicles because we don't care. We are laughing and we are sitting back counting. Not only that, we are getting further and further in our reparations movement. And just as soon as we get rid of infiltrators like you, we are going to get further in our success. So I just want to say shout out to the room. Thank you, love, for giving me time. And hey, I land my plane to the African dude. Do not argue with my sisters in here because I'm in here. You know what I'm saying? And I will run you down. So shout out to y'all.
Okay. All right. There's nobody else trying to come in the room. Okay, guys. So the floor is open again, but just keep the cussing to a minimum. Starboy, you want to come up here and say something? Come up here and speak your piece. Keep the cussing to a minimum and no over talking. Go ahead.
Twiz, I had a question for Twiz. Is it Twiz?
Twizzle. I think.
Twizzle,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Twizzle,
Yes, indeed. What's going
my
on?
question is, what does it look like in California as far as deportation? And then this one other thing I want to say real quick. We all know April 1st, y'all. That's when they're doing the reading of the birthright citizenship, April 1st, which is also the New Year's. That's the real New Year, April 1st. And then also, I think they have to have the decision by
What is
July.
that, Wednesday?
Yeah, and I think that's another reason why Ghana did that. They tried to do it before the birthright citizenship reading. All right. So then the next 2 or 3 months is going to be completely read and analyzed. But and this is going to be a game changer. This is where it's really going to be broken down about denaturalizations as well. But yeah, Twizzler, what does it look like for, you said the continental Africans are being deported over there in California?
See, out here right now, I'm in Northern California. I'm in the Bay. So we don't really have too much of a, continental African or Caribbean issue like how some of the brothers in the South and the East Coast are having. Our issue is mainly with the Hispanics and the Asians. You know what I'm saying? And right now, how how California is, California is a sanctuary state. And by it being a sanctuary state, they got that TPS status up here, that temporary protective status. And that's why we can't wait till Trump and Holman come out here and they get rid of that because of that sanctuary city status. They not touching these Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? They're only going after ones that's in jail. You know what I mean? They're kind of like, protecting them. And that's how come we can't wait till Gavin Newsom get up out of here. But the delineation with them, they are kind of like nervous right now. And you can see a lot of places for rent right now because a lot of them are running and hiding. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have a huge Somalian community out here. That one is down there. They have a huge population in San Diego, California. And I don't really know what's going on down there with that. But up here, ours is mainly, the Hispanics and the Chinamans and a few sprinkles of them. They kind
Oh,
they kind
you
of like,
breaking up.
running around like ostriches with their head in the sand. Oh, could you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go
Can you hear
ahead.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like the few that's out here right now, the few Africans, they run around here like ostriches with their head in the sand right now, trying to stay low. But just soon as Tom Homan and the administration come out here, yeah, it's gonna be some ruffles, some feathers ruffled. Cause y'all see Nick Shirley, he came out here and he discovered a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot more hats turned and a lot more stones uncovered. And once this money that these scammers come out, because I know for sure that these Hispanics is stealing like heck. I know these Hispanics is stealing like heck. So hey, I land my
I
plane,
was
y'all.
about to say though, from what we see media wise, I don't know if it's just propaganda, but we mostly see
Middle Eastern Indians.
Hispanics, the Latinos getting apprehended and dragged by ICE agents. Like I don't think I've ever I can't recall really seeing en masse melanated immigrants getting detained by the ice cream truck. Like I always see Latinos, especially in
Those are the
California.
ones. So those are the ones that's going viral and certain things. But look, if you want to see everyone, follow the Homeland Security pages because they post them. They post them. They post them on the plane. They ask them if there's any words they want to say. They ask them about the benefits they received, and the illegals was like, "Yeah, they paid for my apartment for 2 years. Yeah, I could go to the hospital whenever I wanted to. Yeah,
Yes,
I was
indeed.
2,000, 2,500 in food stamps a month. Yeah, I was given a check from the Department of Treasury to get me a brand new 2026 vehicle or 2024 vehicle. Oh yeah, they gave them the red carpet, babes.
You're not lying.
What the hell I need to do? Come back in the country as an immigrant? Shit, I want a
Hey, she's
voucher.
not lying. She's not lying. And the men, they give the men an automatic $50,000 loan so they can start a business. And like she said, it's true. They give them money so they can get a truck. And they give them, like, remember how Martin Luther King said they put them in these classes to where they teach them on how to have these basic skills. They teach them carpentry skills. They teach
For
them all
free.
these skills and they give them licenses. Yeah. And they get free businesses license. Not only that, they're tax exempt. So that's how they're winning. It's like out here and where I'm at, you got immigrants that can't speak a lick of English. They driving Tesla trucks. You got little Hispanic women. They like 5 foot tall, driving brand new Escalade trucks. They driving they driving $200,000 trucks. Come on now, man. How is this possible? Yet we got Black Americans out here homeless. We got Black Americans families sleeping in cars and minivans. You know what I'm saying? This is it's ridiculous. But what she said is 100% true. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And that
All right.
the ones you
Well,
see in rounded up, that's down there in Southern California.
we
Go
got
ahead.
a new person on the panel. After this person goes, then the panel could open back up. 102, 1021. Can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm going to give you 3 minutes on the timer so you can answer the prompt. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, miss.
Okay.
I'm Black American. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. So, but
Okay.
to the
Go
prompt,
ahead.
Pan Africans call FBA white supremacists for delineation. Do you agree? Um, no, I don't agree because even when you talk about outside of FBA or delineation, whatever that may be, right? I never felt I never had a connection to these people anyway. But I realized that it was a segment throughout the country that okay that their upbringing or how they were raised wasn't how I was brought up. So I realized there's different nuances. So with that being said, like when you talk about delineation, well, I've been a Black American out the womb 27 years of my life. So I never felt I was an African anything. I never associated or identified with anything being African or diaspora. Like that's not a part of who I am. Uh, my existence, it never was a factor being that I was raised by my grandparents and everything that I was taught by myself and the history that I know was passed down from my grandparents and the things they went through. They never spoke of any Africa. But I realized like it's just a cult religion. It's basically they're like they want to be like dictators, authoritarians to tell a group of people them being such a small minority that no, you have to think this way. And I just think it all just goes back to just being anti-American. So why are you not acknowledging the Africa? Why are you acknowledging yourself being a part of America? It's the same way like when people be like, why are you being a part of ICE? Why are you operating within the American society, the government, military things? It just be weird talking points. But it's like, unfortunately, I feel as if previous generations played a major factor in a lot of these talking points, of being that it was a group that was anti-American, that they allowed immigrants to be victims. So you basically tied yourself in the basis of the lens of immigrants of America just wronged all these immigrants and we're oppressed. So you're basically doing the oppressor's work by joining ICE. It just be sounding crazy. Like, bro, I don't respect a lot of these people. I don't respect people that's anti-American. I love America, and I don't feel as if I've ever been oppressed in this country that I just walk around with my head down and felt like black people ain't got nowhere in this country, and it's just been boo hoo and we at the bottom. Like I don't live like that. I don't know where these people live, but I've seen black affluent people all my life, so I don't resonate with a lot of things people say. Like the diaspora, we all black and we all in this together. POC minorities. That'd be a lot of brainwashing to me. I don't like none of that.
I agree. Okay. Um, all right. I think Eden, I think you wanted to say something before I let this guy speak, so you could go ahead.
No, I was just saying, you know, the Afghanis, the Middle Eastern Indians have like a huge hub of fraud going out in California, with the hospice programs. So it's like,
That's what the guy was uncovering when he was out there. He was like, "Look at all of these Cybertrucks and Benzes
yep.
and Lexuses, and these buildings. They're empty."
Mm-hmm. They're using old hotels to have the hospice companies signed or mailed there, and they just keep all their expensive cars there. So when I tell you that all of these people been getting the bag and then punching down on Black Americans saying y'all lazy, when there's just nothing but fraud. It's fraud.
Yo, it seems like we're the only ones in this country that's not scamming like that.
Morally, that's what I'm saying. We're
Like
the
to that
morally.
degree. I mean, like some of us might get a little something, a little Section 8, maybe a little, what the fuck else is it? Or the EBT, but you have to have a job to get those things. That goes over people's heads too. Like you can't just not have shit. It seems like they come over here with nothing, no credit score, no nothing, no pay stubs, no nothing. And they have access to these programs.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we not scamming. Like we really use whatever it is that we're using.
Getting it out the mud.
We're not getting millions of dollars scamming the goddamn corporate. Like this is outrageous. We the only ones.
Yeah,
that ain't playing the goddamn game. That's what
yeah,
it's.
yeah. And then the reality is they want to
Woo.
they want to scam and fraud and say that they got this and that going on, but then they want to cosplay you and act like they more than you in your own culture.
John said we should.
Yeah, let me just say this one last thing, and then that guy can go.
Go ahead.
I have a daughter and a son, right? They
Mhm.
had a multicultural night yesterday, right, where all the different ethnic groups had to come in at night from 6 to 8 p.m.
Wait, are they small or
Yeah,
like?
yeah. This is they're like middle school.
Oh, because I'm
Um,
like they doing multicultural night because you seem like you have like little kids. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
So yeah, they had a multicultural night. So the sixth to eighth graders, middle school, and
Okay.
so they had every ethnic group there. They had their traditional dishes, their garbs on, their traditional wear. They had everything set up throughout the whole school, all the flags. And I said, you know what? If these people dress like this every day, then you could actually see Black American culture. You can't see
Mm.
Black American culture because if we fart, you fart. If we do anything, we wear this, you wear this. I mean, y'all
That's a
just
great
so
point.
far on our necks that you can't see our culture because you don't even let us breathe enough to just have our culture. Whenever we create something new, y'all niggas on it. Y'all on it.
Mhm.
Okay, y'all on it. Y'all on our necks. Y'all are literally on our necks. But wear your traditional garb every day so you can be who you are and we can be who we are. But that's not what's happening. So all these kids, I see they got all these Chinese kids and these Middle Eastern Indian kids and these continental African kids and all these different ethnic groups is wearing all they stuff. Dress like that every goddamn day. And let Black Americans have their culture and stop just copying us every second of the day. That's what I felt.
But
And that's
they'll
good.
say, "Oh, that's just American. Everybody wears jeans and t-shirts. Everybody wears hoodies." They never want to credit us for anything. It literally unalives them. It's sad. Or they say, "Oh well, who's making it? Who's manufacturing it? Who the hell is making the kente cloth? Most of that shit is getting manufactured in
Right.
India.
We putting
Like,
the
come
style
on.
together. We're putting it together.
Most of y'all's clothes are not being sewn by hand by you all in large and in mass. Y'all are getting it from India. Y'all are getting things from China. Come on. It's just like it gets to a point.
Yeah, and so I'm looking around, and of course, all ethnic group kids are there, and they're in all their stuff. And I'm looking at the Black American kids and their regular wear, and I'm like, this is how it should be every day. Wear this shit every day instead of trying to fit in with us. And then it's
But what
disturbing.
do you think about when they say that they have to assimilate when they come here, and that's their way of assimilating with American culture?
They can assimilate by communication. They can assimilate by like behavior as in being respectful and following our behavior in the stewardship. Don't follow us in just abandon your culture. Be who you are. Let us be who we are, so you can see who's really the dendata, who really got that
Someone
swag.
says fashion is not culture. Of course, it's not culture when it comes to us, but it's culture when it comes to everybody else. Like,
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
so
no
over
sense.
it. Like,
Everything is your culture is what makes y'all you, and our culture is what makes us us. But you can't stop being us. So you keep trying to say we don't have culture, but you're on our fucking heels. Be your culture, whoever you are, and do you, and let us do us, and then you will see our culture. Stop trying to cosplay and be us. That's the problem.
And I can get them assimilating, but to do so without the respect and the understanding of what they're doing just feels like the main issue as well, because they will say that like, oh, we got to da 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 peer pressure, yada yada yada, or just like, social norms, but then say stuff like whoever just said that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. How you assimilating and not having respect for the culture? If you go somewhere else and assimilate and wear what they wear or whatever the case may be, like if you go to Southeast Asia, you got to take off your shoes when you go into somebody's house. So why do y'all come here and think that when y'all assimilate, that requires disrespect? So I don't know who said that, but it's just like, it's weird.
okay, we
No,
got a new person. Hold on, love. Petty Tendergrass, hello.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Let me give you a timer. Go ahead.
Pan Africans call FBA YT supremacists. No, I don't agree. Anybody that says that FBA or YT supremacists, they obviously don't know anything about YT supremacy. You know, delineation has nothing to do with that. Delineation is simply protecting your ethnicity, protecting your ethnic group, protecting, the group's values, the group's, the things that the group has earned, from just being dished out to just random people just because they got melanin in their skin. But no, it has nothing to do with YT supremacy. Pan Africans, honestly, in my opinion, Pan Africans are the last, how do I say this? They're the last defense system of the white supremacist system, if you ask me,
Hmm.
And you
Wait,
can
but
see.
why? Wait, I gotta ask you, why the last and not the first?
I say the last because when it comes to true history and it comes to what's being uncovered, what's really historical, the only people who are fighting back against it is the Pan Africans. Because they have a narrative that they want to push. And the fact that Pan Africanism was started by white supremacists should tell you everything. If you look at the hidden hand, the government is the ones that was pushing this Pan African ideology on the community for a long time. They even funded a lot of these Pan African operations. These groups and stuff got funded by the government. But what they don't do is they don't fund anything that will actually benefit the community. So that's why I said that they're the last defense line.
I think they're the first.
Probably the first. I could see that. I just want to answer for this timer go off. Why don't they
No,
call it?
I'll give you some more time. You could go ahead.
Okay. They're not gonna call out the South Africans because they know that they have their own beefs. They know that they have what they call xenophobia. They don't like other people encroaching into their territory, but they'll come over here to America and call themselves black and encroach on our territory. They'll come over here and use our loans. They'll do all kind of stuff. They'll cosplay, and they don't think that we should say anything about it. They don't think that we should do anything about it. So it's hypocritical. It's very hypocritical. But if there's anything you want me to talk about, I could say anything else, but that's all I have to say for now.
Somebody in the comments named Jack said, FBAs, you're wasting your time. You'll never win this battle. What battle and what won't we win? You need come on a panel and say it. Pick your nuts up and come on a panel. Because you popping it in the comment section.
It's not a battle with me, but to speak to what Patty Pendergrass was saying about the whole funding by like governments and stuff like that. No, that's 100% fact. Like even when you look at some of these groups like out of Florida or organizations, I think it's called the Uhuru Group. They was linked to like funded by Russia. So like when I say that they're anti-American, that's because they work hand in hand with other governments like Russia and China, Marxists that want to see the downfall of America, but also within the American system as well. When you talk about our very own government, because when you talk about the year of return, I don't think people was aware that before that whole year to return thing happened, our own government and the Congressional Black Caucus, Nancy Pelosi and them were over there. So they played a major factor in that whole year to return thing that people seem to overlook. That Amina Castle and all that. Like you can go on YouTube and see all this. Nancy Pelosi, the Congressional Black Caucus, it's like it's like they're using us as like a ball in the middle of their own agendas, and I just see through that. I don't think like the larger majority of our people realize that it's always been a small segment of people that seem to act like they're the voice for us and want the best interest, but it really don't. A lot of them just really be out for self. But
Right.
when you look at this past like this union hearings with Ghana or whatever, right at the union, right? You saw a person like Professor James Smalls that's considered to be a scholar in high regards, but he contradicts himself every time. In one breath, he speaks about the ill things that immigrants and Africans and Caribbeans come over here and do to the detriment of us. But then at the same time, he'll then go say, "Oh, but you're the FBI, you're now the CIA and Tyreek," and then say he never said it when it's on video. But at the same time, he understands that it's money being involved because he spoke about how he has a hotel in Ghana, and like due to some things he said, got Africans that got a hold of it in a video or whatever, and basically like the business deal went bad. So it's like all this is just mind games being played. You gotta associate yourself. It's like they doing a whole lot of ass kissing over there to them people, and I just don't respect it, bro. A lot of these people is sellouts. They low self esteem, and I don't respect them, unfortunately. But that's for some other people to do some soul searching or whatever, bro.
Nah, that's real talk. What you're
Yeah, and
saying? What you're saying,
I want
bro?
to quickly add.
Oh, go ahead,
I got
bro.
my earpiece in. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I got my little
Yeah, we can
iPod.
hear you.
Yeah, I want to quickly add that Professor James Smalls was saw that he was seen at the African burial ground Reef Land. So the brother's on to something. This is something very big. This is not uh, unrelated event. It's gigantic.
Wait, but is the Professor James, is he a sellout? I'm confused. Like what?
Totally. He's a yeah,
Okay.
he is. Yeah, the
Okay.
brother James Smalls got notoriety from Tariq from Hidden Colors. Like nobody knew who he was, and I
Oh.
actually followed him for a little while. But what happened, like the brother that just spoke said, James Smalls has a chain of hotels in Ghana, and every year James Smalls has like a return home scheme where he makes money off his hotels.
Mm.
People, Black Americans coming there,
That's like
and
Umar.
yeah, it's all a scam, man. You know what I'm saying? These people are using Pan Africanism to come up. Like I said earlier, and maybe I need to find a better way of explaining it. But Pan Africanism, when you analyze their key figures, for the most part, these people all have some type of deal. Everybody in this room has
Mm.
heard of Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Kwanzaa, and forgive me, I walked downstairs to get something to get a taco I don't need, but
You at the club, you be out at the club, you got it going on.
I'm all right. I'm doing all right, but I'm not where I want to be, Love Jones. Um, I'm gonna get there though. But anyway, James, the guy who created Kwanzaa, Malana Karinga. If you
Mhm.
look at Malana Karinga, his name's Ron Karinga. He is allegedly associated with the unaliving of Black Panthers. Malana got convicted. I didn't say got indicted. He got convicted for sexual. That's my taco. Everybody calls me now. But he got convicted of sexually assaulting Black women. And how do you go from a conviction? Hold on one moment. Alarm? Yeah, it's all good. How do you go from getting convicted of a sexual crime against Black women to becoming not only, thank you, a professor, but a department head at a YC university? I've had an appointment at universities as an administrator, and I'll tell you what, those jobs are hard to come by, buddy. You better know somebody. If you Black, you better have the credentials, but that's not good enough. You better know people. He gets appointed at a state university in California after being convicted of. Oh, I want to tell you what he did so bad, but it might crash your life.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it was sexual abuse on the highest magnitude of sticking objects up our sister, and it was awful.
Oh my God.
Kidnap, and he goes from that to automatically getting an appointment at a university, and then getting sponsored to write books and to create a holiday called
Wow.
Kwanzaa. in my view, that's what it was all about in the first place. He was being used by the system to create some bullcrap holiday to make us think that we're from somewhere that we're not from. You know, he's an op.
I got one. I got one too, y'all. Okay, so just 2 weekends ago, a friend of mine was trying to get a. He has a junk removal business, and he had met a black couple, American, that owned a bed and breakfast in Annapolis, in Maryland, which is very the capital. It's a lot of money there. It's about the bed and breakfast is about $3.1 million. So he's trying to get a contract. So he wanted me to go. They were hosting a Roots event. It was called Roots, like Alex Haley. I'm like, what? So me, I'm like, all right, let me go here. Let me go and see what the hell they talking about, right? So I go. They got Alex Haley's great nephew as the guest speaker to talk about genealogy. So I'm sitting there with my face turned up, like, no, they're not. It's a money
That
grab.
fictional movie
Yeah,
where he got
fictional,
sued.
plagiarizing the Caucasian dude who wrote the book,
The
the
African.
African. Yes. So I'm sitting there in this. We're in like it's an outside part of the bed and breakfast.
It never
Where
stops.
it never stops. The girl, the coordinator is a Puerto Rican child.
Wait, no.
The cousin, listen, the coordinator of the event is a Puerto Rican. And I'm like, how is she putting this together? What are we doing here? And so he's the guest speaker talking about genealogy. Oh, your slave, 1804 to slave, whatever. And then you have vendors. You got one Black American vendor, and then you got two continental African vendors. But the continental Africans are selling their form of jollof rice, but then they selling like Kool-Aid punch and fried chicken. So I'm like, wait, what? What are we doing here? So of course I supported the Black American vendor, but I was like, I would be so wrong to stand up and just be like, why are we still talking about Alex Haley and Roots when he was caught and sued for plagiarism? But I was like, I ain't gonna mess this up. This is gonna mess it up for my friend who's trying to do a contract there with with the bed and breakfast. So I was like, let
At
me
least
not
you
do that.
stayed on call with your friend.
Yeah, I
At
stayed
least
on code. That's the whole purpose I was there for. But
That is
he
funny.
laughing at me because I have the screw face. Like, this is a mess, right? This whole thing is a mess. So you got, it's other people in here. You got some continental Africans in here. You got Black Americans, and Alex Haley's great nephew was telling them about the genealogy and do your genealogy. But everything was so dark and grimy, like, oh, the slaves, and if you find your slave and slave. Girl, when you go into these records and you find that these people were landowners and mayors and in the military and had carpenters and sharecroppers, was doing business with the U.S. government, and you see all this pride in your family, right? You see all these people, but it's funny how this supposed genealogist is talking about the slave. And so you find your slave, or you're going to find, so I did talk to him. I was like, I can't just leave this thing completely and not say nothing to him. So I did go up to him at the end, like, hey, how are you? I was hoping you would say something about the fact that some of our ancestors is checked white on the, in the genealogy, but that just meant that they own land. Why would you not tell the people about that? Because that's important. It's important for people to know that if they do see white, it doesn't mean they're Caucasian. Okay. It just means that they were landowners, because white and black status is just a status in law. It had nothing to do with like melanin back then. They changed it over the years. So he was just like, oh, well, I just didn't want to get down deep into it. And he was trying to hurry up and get away from me because he's like, this bitch knows what she talking about. But yeah, he was trying to hurry up. But I just had to check him on that one. But yeah, it was a mess. I was like, this is horrible. And then I had to do more research on the couple. They D9 affiliated. They're D9 affiliated. So you had the elite thing going on there. So that's what all this is about. It's a money grab.
All right, I'm about to get out of here. Oh, go ahead, Petty. Go ahead.
Just add on to what they're saying real quick. I'll say this: allegedly, the Democratic Party is siphoning funds, through African nations and Pan-Africans. With Pan-Africanism, they're controlling what we see as Pan-Africanism, and they're siphoning funds and with this whole slave trade narrative. Even though the Democrat Party, they're part of the government, they know that there will be no reparations for slavery because slavery was legal. And they know this. But they use this Pan-African stuff to siphon money, and they use these countries, these African countries as pawns, and they use these Pan-Africans as pawns to siphon money. It's all a scam. And I said this on another panel. The only reparations that's ever going to be gotten is for redlining and Jim Crow. But you can't get paid from the slave trade because it was legal. Those Africans that were sold from the west coast of Africa.
Didn't they say that? That they didn't break any laws?
Yeah, they didn't
Go
break
ahead,
any
I'm sorry.
laws. It was completely legal, and it was a fair exchange. Those Africans that got sold, those West Africans knew that they would never see those people again. And that's why they sold them. They sold them for gold, silver, and trinkets. And this is documented in the UK archives. So this is why when people talk about reparations and they're talking about for slavery, it will never go through because you know what the U.S. government going to do and the U.K. government going to do? They're going to pull out those documents and show you that those African nations sold their own people, and they have the paperwork to prove it. So Pan-Africanism and this whole slavery reparations narrative, it's all a scam. Reparations for slavery is a scam, and they're just siphoning money through our community. They doing all this for resources at this point. It's all a scam.
Okay, we're gonna do final thoughts because I'm tired. I don't know. I might. I don't know if I go to sleep and wake back up in a couple hours. I might come back. Mo, do you have anything? Your final thought?
Not really, but I will say that I'm so glad that we wasn't letting people gaslight us about this whole white supremacist thing. I think that is egregious. Like we said from the beginning, that is too much dip on your chip. But I'm actually really happy that it did happen because it opened my eyes to what the conversation was.
Okay. Patty, well, you just spoke, but if you have any final thoughts.
Just, yes, Pan-Africanism is white supremacist. It's the same thing. If you think it's different, you still sleep. You still not seeing what's going on. Pan-Africanism was created by white supremacists. They made you think that it was an opposing force, but it's actually they actually align with each other more than ever. That's why
I mean, that makes sense to keep us focused on over yonder, so we won't be trying to get land and restorative justice for all of the heinous crimes that happened during Jim Crow. And I always mention that when people be like, "Oh, just slavery," I'm like, no. So many things happen to us in this country. Like, it's just a lot. Okay, Love Eden, go ahead, boo.
Hey, so all I want to say is, we are the descendants of those who were enslaved and harmed, and they are the descendants of those who did it, okay? So we need to make a distinction. Also, there's a job we have to do. It's good for us to be on these platforms and talk and, fight on the platforms and stuff, but we got to fight in real life. Again, if you know young men, 19, 18, 25 years old, whatever, encourage them to get that six-figure paycheck for ICE. If they are not going to a university or they're not in a trade school, get that money, okay? And get these people up out of here. And that's all. Love y'all.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. I will be back sooner than later. Ba-dum, boom. Follow me if you're not already following me. I don't even got shit else to say, child. I'm tired. Thank you, Antoine. Life is a movie. You're starring in it. The world is a stage. You're at the center of it. And you are a motherfucking main character, okay? Main character energy all day, all right? People say you ain't the main character while up in your goddamn space. The jokes write themselves. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Bye. And go and check out my latest content because they've been trying to shadow ban me. It's just a lot. Child, I'm out here. I don't know. We just out here. All right. Bye.